And hello everybody! We are the SpiffyNeedleGeeks once again here discussing some cool Nintendo Direct stuff.
Are
you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, man.
We're all pretty stoked for the most part, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but oh yeah, so much amazing stuff was just Okay, well, I mean, to me, I think a lot of amazing stuff was shown in this direct. For those of you who haven't seen, I think this opposite can be said for Danny.
There's been a couple of things that, I got me excited for, but for the most part, I was just like, on this direct.
I mean, it was the first direct since the passing of Mr. Iwata.
But that's not the reason why I just think it's It's not because it's a lack of Iwata or anything. I mean, with Reggie taking over and everything, I think he'll do a really good job. It's just with what they had to show, there was not a whole lot that caught my interest.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll talk about that as we go along.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start off with the first thing they showed, the HD remake of Twilight Princess.
Yes!
This is where I'm kind of curious as to where they're going with this one. Like, is this just going to be like all they're doing is giving it a graphical overhaul, or are they going to try and update some things?
Well, I'm sure they're gonna update some things.
Yeah, because I mean, I know they updated some things with the Wind Waker HD, especially with the whole the tingle thing.
Yeah, with the Miiverse and all that.
Yeah, that made sense to update that and everything, but that's where it's Twilight Princess initially really didn't have a feature like that, so that's why I'm wondering, are they going to maybe try and implement something like that? Or are they going to just, try and stay true to what the original was, but all you're doing is making it less foggy, brightening up the colors, and bringing out some of the more details?
Well, they did say that Twilight Princess HD was going to be more than just a prettier version of the original.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of where I hope is, because that's the thing, is because Twilight Princess, not for nothing, is really not all that old, so that's where it's really, it needs an HD remake? But if they're gonna add some things to it, then it's okay, I guess that could make sense. It's just,
I wouldn't say it's not all that old. Wasn't Twilight Princess a launch title for the Nintendo Wii when that first came out as a whole? So yeah, that's been a while.
Oh yeah, 2006, so it's nearly 9 years, actually.
It's been almost a decade.
Yeah.
It's funny you say a prettier version too, because it's I'm seeing a lot of people complaining about how it looks just like the original, but it
does not look like the original at all.
I've seen the side-by-side comparisons. It's
I
clearly
actually tweeted a side-by-side comparison. Yeah, I tweeted a side-by-side comparison, and it's
Wait, did you?
Yeah, someone made a side-by-side comparison, and I tweeted about it and everything, and it's there is a dramatic difference, and the reason why there's a dramatic difference was when the original Twilight Princess came out for the Nintendo Wii and the GameCube, it did face some graphical limitations. So how did they cover it up? This is why we had, a lot of the glowing effect, why some cutscenes looked a little foggy and everything. They kind of did what they did with the old Silent Hills. They took some creative liberties to try and cover up some of the graphical limits, which worked in its favor, I felt, because it actually kind of helped, set everything up. If you watch the cutscenes, particularly when you're in the Twilight Realm, you'll notice how there's a lot of glowing, there's a lot of blurring and everything, and I think that actually helped really, set the Twilight Realm apart from Hyrule. That's kind of where I'm curious as to, is that going to remain the same for this HD update? Because, the side-by-side comparison that I had tweeted was just a picture of Zant from this cutscene. I think it was from his introduction cutscene. And it's
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, in the Xbox, not the Xbox, my god. In the, in the original GameCube and Wii version, there was a little bit of blur. In this HD remake, you're seeing, it's crystal clear. You're seeing the detail in Zant's armor and everything that you didn't originally see so that's where I'm curious as to how much of the glowing and the the blurring and stuff. How much are they taking out to make that crystal clear? Because to me, I think as far as because like I said, that actually helped set up the look and feel of Twilight Princess. So this is where it's like, okay, it's cool to see the details, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, is that going to kind of take away from the original look, you know? I mean, do you kind of see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, but I honestly, I really do think that this is a step in the right direction.
Right.
Like, I mean, again, Twilight Princess was an amazing game as it was already from way back when, but the fact that, I mean, again, details can go a long way.
Right. But it's like, I think regardless, I think suffice it to say, it's like, you know, this is Nintendo. They will do a much better job than what Konami did when they did HD port of Silent Hill 2 and they fucking wrecked it.
Danny?
Yeah.
Danny, okay?
Yeah.
Derps.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you kind of derp there for a second.
No, I've been here.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's like, but yeah, it's like, I guess, aside from the, the graphical quality, I guess in terms of extra content, I don't recall if he said anything explicitly.
No, he didn't.
Not that they went much in detail about.
He did bring up some kind of amiibo compatibility.
Right.
Which does which does segue kind of into the new what I'm most excited about in this whole thing, the new Wolf Link amiibo.
Motherfucker!
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
It
It looks gorgeous, by the way.
It looks gorgeous, but yeah, I think suffice it to say, like, yeah, you three, you guys, like, get so fucking excited for amiibos. I'm one of the, I admit, I am of the minority. I don't give a shit about the amiibos. I mean, it's like, I've got one, it's like, I've got one it's like, I have one amiibo. Ryan bought me a Toon Link amiibo and gave it to me while we were at MomoCon. I mean, I've got it sitting up on my wall shelf thing with a bunch of my other little things, like, just as, like, a decoration. It's like, I've used it like a couple of times for Hyrule Warriors, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever, and then I shelved it. It's like, it's just kind of been sitting there for decoration. So it's like, I'm not gonna put money down on something I'm not really going to fully use. So that's where I'm like, yeah, the Wolf Amiibo looks nice. I'm not gonna put money down for it, I'm sorry, because I know I'm not gonna use it.
Oh, you still have that one amiibo.
I mean, if you
still have that one amiibo I got you. Oh, trust me, pretty soon that's going to change.
Hey, it's gonna what was I saying? I lost it. Wow. Okay, moving on.
Well, I mean, it's like,
It's like just wait until I send you that thing that I've been meaning to send you.
I was like, I'm kind of crying because like. I'm like, you guys may recall, like, during, like, the initial reactions video, I joked about how, like, because this Wolf Link amiibo is going to be in the bundle for the game.
Right, now I remember.
I joked I joked how I was going to get the bundle, but give the game to Lindsay so I can keep the amiibo. But then the next day, you know, Lindsay and I are talking about, like, you know, the direct and stuff, and I bring that up, and I'm getting ready to tell her, you know, how, like what I told you guys, but like what I just said. But then she interrupts me and goes, "Oh yeah, I really want that amiibo too." Fuck.
But as I was gonna say earlier, Danny, if you do plan on getting the game, if they're still doing the bundle thing with the game, then you'll probably end up with the Wolf Link amiibo anyway.
Well, no, send me the Wolf amiibo. You don't want it anyway. I need to.
I will gladly take another Wolf Link amiibo just in its box.
If I could get like 2 of those things, I would gladly do a giveaway of some kind.
Give it to me, damn it. Anyway.
But yeah, it's kind of sad how I was like, I'm gonna be using pretty much the Wolf Link amiibo as an excuse to try to see if I can legitimately get into the Legend of Zelda series, starting with Twilight Princess HD.
Oh gosh, I just hope that at some point Wolf Link gets sold separately from the game.
I'm sure it will.
If it doesn't, we may end up getting 2 copies of Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
I'm sure it will.
Just get the second. Get the second Twilight Princess HD bundle. Keep the other amiibo, but then just trade the game itself towards something else at GameStop or something.
Anyway,
or
even more amiibos.
Moving on with Zelda stuff. So something else I talked about Zelda related regarding this Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. Something about the Den of Trials, like. Some kind of, I think, what was it, like a DLC thing? Like,
not really. Maybe not really a DLC, but more of a. Well, not really a DLC, but maybe I think it was more so an update kind of thing for.
Even so, it was still adding regardless, it was still adding new content to the game. So in this case, it was like a new map or something like that.
Like new map, new costumes.
Yeah, it's like this game's version of the Pit of 100 Trials, I guess.
I see.
Right. That's like, that's kind of like what I said in the when we were doing our initial reaction. I do want to try Triforce Heroes just because, I've been saying for a while that, Nintendo should be doing an online multiplayer Zelda and follow it along the similar lines to Four Swords. And it's like, okay, they finally done it. But it's just from what I've been hearing, it's very obvious that this is a game that has to be done multiplayer. And it's like, that's where I'm like, are you guys going to get this game? Because if you are, I will put the money down and get it if you guys are going to, because I do not want to play this by myself.
I want to. I really do. My only problem with this game is that the online multiplayer is region locked. It's so bad.
Oh, that just means you can't play it with Ellie as well.
Yeah, it's like or anyone else around the world that we're friends with. It's like you can only play with people in your region, which bothers me so much. Why would they do that? They haven't had to do that with any other than Nintendo games. And I guess later on in the discussion, when we talk about something else that happened in the Direct, I have a problem with that same game, but I'll talk about that once we get to it. But yeah,
okay.
Triforce Heroes being region locked, it's like I don't know what they were thinking or why they thought that was a good idea.
All right. Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you can still play Triforce Heroes online, and if I get enough motivation, I will gladly get the game myself and play it with Danny and maybe a few other people as well. But I just don't know why region locking the game was such a good idea to them. I really don't.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of hesitant about, seeing as how the game is solely for multiplayer. I'm worried that hypothetically, if I were to get the game and then we will all play together through online and whatnot, I'm worried that would be the only time I would ever actually try my hands at it, and then afterwards I would never touch it again.
Well,
especially seeing as how, as of now, I haven't been that much into the Legend of Zelda series.
Well, the vibe I caught from Triforce Heroes is that the way that it's played is kind of like Monster Hunter, where, you can play it single player, but it's definitely more fun if you play it multiplayer.
Okay. Unfortunately, I haven't played too much of Monster Hunter either, so
if you watch, if you watch people like Peanut Butter Gamer or Gerard the Completionist, I think both of them, I know Gerard did, and Peanut Butter Gamer was part of the review, but I think PBG actually did his own thing because he's in the middle of his yearly Month of Zelda series that he does. I think the both of them went into detail about Triforce Heroes. So if you kind of want to see what I'm talking about when I'm saying how this game is clearly meant for multiplayer, go check out those reviews.
Right.
Oh, okay.
All things considered, I am leaning towards getting the game myself, just because, because I'm with Danny with what you were saying earlier. I know for a while we've been wanting to figure out some way to play Four Swords, and they pretty much did give us a solution. I just don't like the approach that they went with it. But all in all, I am still leaning towards getting that game. So if Danny is still looking for people to play this game with, I'll swallow my pride about this whole region locking thing, and I'll attempt to get the game myself.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. That game comes out on Friday, and I'm so fucking hyped for it. Ah!
I haven't played much. I haven't played much Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, so I probably won't have too much to say about it, other than the fact that it does look really good. And
yeah, it does.
I remember, during one of my live streams, someone was actually playing or requested music from Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, and I think it was actually the boss theme. Oh my god, that song sounds amazing. I'm assuming the music the entire soundtrack of Super Mystery Dungeon is gonna sound amazing if I heard that one song and like, oh my god.
I'm actually just super excited because, like, literally, since it comes out this Friday, it's literally a few days before, like Lindsay and I go to Austin for Thanksgiving, and so like literally, I now have something for sure that'll entertain me for 3 hours.
There you go.
On the car ride up there.
Yeah,
Over
and
the
it's
river
like
and through the woods to grandmother's house. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
And actually, come to think of it, actually,
but
by the time this video finally reaches YouTube, I'll be playing it. So,
but yeah, that's like I have only played one Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I actually streamed it months and months ago, like my very first Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I mean, it was fun. It was all right and stuff. Seeing this video, it's like, okay, it looks like it's much of the same, just in HD.
well, that's typically one of the. It's kind of just one of those same kind of games, or it's like it has the same formula. You know, basically, oh, you're a human that became a Pokemon. You meet a partner Pokemon who might be timid or not very secure with themselves. You form a rescue team. You go around helping other Pokemon. There's some kind of entity going on, like because it's like I've been doing my best to not be spoiled by this game, so I know to not be spoiled by this game at all. But I already know the formula because they do it in every other game. It's effectively one of those. What's the term? It's one of those, I guess, paint-coated games, where it's like it has the same formula with a different coat of paint, but it still works. It's still a whole lot of fun.
Right.
Right. I suppose.
Yeah. Plus, well, actually, I was gonna ask, like, I know one of the features that they talked about in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon was that you were also able to battle alongside legendary Pokemon like Ho-Oh or Groudon.
Well, that was
were you even able to do that in previous Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you had to recruit them first, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, because I don't know why. I know, based on my memory from this live stream that Danny did like many months ago, I don't recall ever seeing that happen.
Because I didn't bother going after it.
Yeah, you need to go out.
Damn it!
You need to go out of your way to recruit them. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and even then, I think a lot of it was post game. Like you had to complete the game first, then go back and you can recruit all the other Pokemon that you couldn't before. And I think all the legendaries were a part of it. But by then, I was like, I've completed the story. That's it. Moving on.
There were very few exceptions to that. Like, I know in Gates to Infinity, you recruited a Virizion very early on, so that's about it.
Oh, okay.
In which case, moving on, here's a topic that Russell's probably going to take over on. The Splatoon updates.
Yes!
Have at it, Russell.
Okay, so what they talked about in regards to Splatoon, they released a lot of new gear for your Inkling to wear with a lot of new abilities and stuff. They released one new map. Another one's coming soon. The new map that they released, Museum d'Alfonsino. And oh my god, that map is huge. Like, Museum d'Alfonsino, it's a really beautiful map. And one thing I noticed about the new maps that they're going to be releasing for Splatoon, they're making the new maps that they're making for the multiplayer a lot more gimmicky than they do for the other maps that they released so far. Like, a lot of the other maps are kind of standstill. They just with the new design and stuff, like, new ways to get around. But with, Museum d'Alfonsino and Mahi Mahi Resort, the new map that's coming soon, like, especially Mahi Mahi Resort, like, that map is gimmicks galore. Like, the fact that, okay, one half of the game, it's displayed as one kind of map. The second half of the time on the map, like, the stage lowers, like, more stuff gets revealed on the map that's completely different from before. And they even say that you're not going to know who wins, which team is going to win until the very last second. They're implementing more gimmicks into these maps, and I really like it. Like, they're getting better with the design. They're getting better with how the map is handled. It's so good.
Wait, so I'm trying to understand, like, the whole gimmick when it comes to winning a match in that map. So what, were they saying that it's solely based on luck in a way?
Well, I wouldn't say it's based on luck, I will say this, the way that the map is layered out and how it's handled, I feel like the gimmicks are mostly gonna work for Turf Wars. Like, if you're doing any other kind of mode on the Mahi Mahi Resorts, say it be Rainmaker, Splat Zones, or Tower Control, I feel like it's gonna just play like any other map when you play those specific modes. Because the way that the map works in Mahi Mai Resorts, it feels like it's more specifically meant for Turf Wars.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it's like the new gear that they released as well, like the headgear, the shoes, the shirts.
Oh yeah, the Call of Duty bandana.
I love that bandana so much.
It's like, oh god damn it.
I love that bandana.
They're supposedly kid-friendly fucking shooter. Or whatever, it actually makes a Call of Duty reference.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a Call of Duty reference, but I do think it's funny how they have.
I don't care. I don't care if it was intentional or not. I'm saying it right here and now. That's a fucking Call of Duty reference. Call of Duty Ghosts.
I think you're the first one to make that reference, but I do see exactly where you're coming from with that.
Oh, good lord! You know what? While you're at it, let's add in some helmets that make these Squid Kid, whatever the fucks, look like Squid Kid Spartans. give them the fucking helmets or something.
Well, funny you say that, because they actually, in terms of like helmets and stuff, they have like football helmets, they have pyro masks, like look like Pyro from Team Fortress 2.
I think he was more specifically referring to like the helmet that Master Chief wears.
Well, I know, I know. I'm just saying
helmet,
they have. I'm just saying. I know what he was talking about, but I'm just saying they have helmets.
I think Brandon's referring to just helmets in general.
Yeah, that kind of give off that kind of flair. That gives off that kind of this looks like a character from somewhere else. Like I know there's this one piece of headgear that makes it look like Splinter Cell. So there's that.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm still just cracking up at like how like Ryan like during the fucking reaction how you were joking about like this update giving Russell a hard on, and the moment you said that, the inkling in the bikini on the poster showed up.
Yeah, you're a fucking scumbag.
I honestly was not expecting like a picture of a Squid Kid in a bikini to come up. I swear to God.
Anyway, moving along. So next up,
right.
We got an update on Super Mario Maker. This is actually probably something else Russell's gonna have to go over, like because like I'm gonna get it, but probably not for another month.
Super Mario Maker. Yeah, you should. I feel like this kind of game would be right up your alley.
It really is. Like I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Like in terms of like what they talked about, like they added like the addition of like checkpoint flags, which I feel like you'd think that'd be something that they would have added in the beginning.
That's what a lot of people were. That's what a lot of people were complaining about. The fact that there were no checkpoints in the first update.
Yeah, and then
let alone also you have like the portal site, like where I was saying an announcement for a fucking filter. It's like, really, Nintendo, you didn't think to make and release this portal from the very beginning with how much you have been fucking marketing and hyping Super Mario Maker, and you knew that everybody was gonna want to get this game. You cannot tell me that you didn't think, we should probably provide a filter before we release the fucking game.
There's probably a chance that they probably were working on it, but didn't get we're probably waiting for for there to be really a whole lot of levels before they bothered actually releasing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that just sounds like that should have been something that should have been released from the beginning. Like, okay, here's the game and here's a portal site for filtering. I mean, you saw how fast levels were getting created. Hell, they did a whole thing where they were getting YouTube famous people making and their own levels and stuff. So it's like
fucking Ross.
That's where it's like this should have been something they had released from the beginning. We should not be getting this now.
I think I've only tried one of Ross's levels so far. Like only one.
I am so sorry.
Well, no, I think it. Well, I don't know which. I think it might have been like what was it? Like the Super Meat Boy clone. I don't know if Ross made that one exactly, but
anyway, moving along to the Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Oh my god. Okay, now this is where you lose me, because I'm still upset that a game like this is not treated like Fortune Street. Like, that's the only reason I'm not getting this game.
That it is not a legit Animal Crossing title for the Wii U.
I don't know.
It's just a Wii U board game that's based on Animal Crossing.
I don't know if I told the story to you guys already, but when, I think it was last E3, I talked about, hey, we should get a new Animal Crossing game for the Wii U. Hey, it should be something like New Leaf where you can play with friends online like they did with Animal Crossing not Wild World, but City Folk.
Yeah.
They gave us 2 Animal Crossing games, none of which was what anybody wanted. I was so mad.
Yeah, actually, I think you brought that up during the E3 discussion that we
I
did months
was
ago.
so mad.
Don't beat this in Happy Home Designer. That's actually pretty fun.
I'm not saying Happy Home Designer isn't fun. It actually does look good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it just wasn't the kind of Animal Crossing game that a lot of people, myself included, wanted.
That's actually Animal Crossing is actually another example of what I was talking about earlier with Mystery Dungeon, where it's a paint coated game, where you want the same exact formula just with a new coat of paint, like some new features here and there, like HD, better graphics, some added things, but it's effectively the same game.
Yeah. I mean, again, and I sound like I'm being malicious towards Amiibo Festival and Happy Home Designer, which I'm not. I'm not saying these games are bad games, because it's like, I actually thought about trying Happy Home Designer at one point, and I might still do so at some point. I'm not saying that Happy Home Designer or Amiibo Festival are bad games by any stretch of the word. Just, I was making a prediction that they threw 2 of them, and none of which were true. So, this is just me being salty.
Well, the only thing I'm salty about is the fact that Isabelle and Digby were only exclusive to that game bundle. And they're literally the only 2 Animal Crossing figures I'm missing right now.
Yeah, I remember in the initial reaction, I did say, like, okay, you know what, since they've been doing this with a lot of, like, Amiibo bundles or whatever, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it, they're gonna make Isabelle and Digby, their own separate deals that isn't part of the bundle. Yeah. But I remember listening back to the original Direct, because I don't think I heard this clearly when Bill was explaining, but I think he said, like, Digby will only be exclusive to the bundle. So that's why I'm thinking, oh, so this time around they're not going to make a character like Digby or possibly Isabelle, like, their own figures, like, in their own package or whatever. They're just going to stick with the bundle and leave it at that.
It's cruel. Smart, but cruel.
Yeah. Either that, or you could just get a Japanese import.
True. Anyway, let's move on to something a little less salty. Mario Tennis.
Ultra Smash.
Here's a title I'm actually looking forward to this. I loved Power Tennis on the GameCube.
No, I'm looking forward to the game too, but I have a major problem with this game.
What?
Leaning back to Triforce Heroes. The way they're implementing online is so bad! Like, why?
Is this the other game that's region locked?
No, I wouldn't. Well, it's
Wait, no, it's not. This is a worldwide game.
That's not the problem. That's not my problem with Ultra Smash. They make it worldwide. I'm super glad about that. Here's the problem with Ultra Smash that wasn't in Triforce Heroes, but it's still just as bad. You can't make friend rooms.
Well, I mean, is that really a big deal? Because chances are there's only going to be a max of 4 people anyway.
Well, so is Smash Bros.
I mean, that's not that big a deal.
It's like, it's going to be hard, especially other specific content creators that I know of that do stuff like this, to actually enjoy Ultra Smash with their friends, because you can't make friend rooms. You can't, invite your friends to actually play Ultra Smash with you, which is really bothersome. I don't know why Nintendo thought that this was a good idea.
I'm sure they have some kind of other method to handle that, so...
well, if they do, hopefully it gets announced before the game actually comes out. Isn't that game coming out relatively soon?
I think this Friday as well, actually, come to think of it.
Is it really this Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's
this is why I got concerned.
And it's like, yeah, it's kind of like I said, I do not keep up with the Mario sports side games, with the exception of Mario Kart. And that's just because, yeah, when a new Mario Kart comes out, the 4 of us play the fuck out of it. So it's like, I keep up with Mario Kart for you guys. But, Mario Tennis, Mario Baseball, Mario Soccer, Mario Golf, it's like, I do not keep up with any of that. I mean, it's like, if this Mario Tennis, if everyone's playing and if they're saying it's really, really good, I'd be willing to give it a try, but otherwise I'm just like, okay, moving on.
The only thing that right now that I'm like laughing so hard about that we just found out about was that there was another revealed playable character for this tennis game.
Oh wait, I think I know who you're talking about.
Straight up Golden Mario.
Wait, what? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yep, Golden Mario.
Only accessible if you have the Golden Mario amiibo.
Okay, okay. This I wasn't aware of.
However, I should bring this up now that you bring that up. Apparently, rumors have been going around and other images have been showing up that because of the fact that Golden Mario is going to be an unlockable playable character, if you have the amiibo, there may or may not be a restock of Golden Marios. And, on top of that, it may or may not be an exclusive to Walmart anymore. So
I thought BJ was going to bring up the Sprixie Princess. That was a playable
everyone
character.
already knows about that, but like, didn't really matter.
I didn't know about this Golden Mario thing. It's like, okay,
all right. Anyway,
I'm just glad I'm able to play as Rosalina in fucking tennis.
Well, I'm sticking Daisy all the way, but it's like what I also find cool is that how
give me Toad and I'm good.
They are for the most part going along with the whole, like, similar to like what Smash did when it came to For Glory and such. Like how you can turn off the extra stuff, you can like turn off markers, like you can make it a more normal tennis game if you so wish.
Yeah,
I'm probably not going to do that, but I appreciate the thought.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think they're trying to stick to more traditional ground when it comes to Ultra Smash. Like, 'cause I think the only gimmicky things that Ultra Smash has going for it right now is the power shots that you can implement on the court, as well as the mega battles. But that's pretty much it. Like, it's not like Power Tennis or I guess for another example, Mario Tennis 64, where they had like the item battles.
Yeah.
Now those are super fun.
Oh well. In which case, I'm just gonna kick my feet back here and relax for a little bit while Russell talks about Xenoblade Chronicles X.
All right, you're up again.
They have announced so much stuff for Xenoblade X so far, and I don't know. I forget exactly when the first announcement trailer for Xenoblade X was out, but it's been so long since then, and I've been waiting so long. And it's like later on in the month, they finally gave us a release date. We're getting this game in about 2 weeks and a half. So about December 4th, I'll just go ahead and say that. Oh my god, the stuff that they announced for Xenoblade X. I guess real quick we'll talk about, because they talk about this in their survival guide videos. If you guys haven't seen those, I suggest you guys should check them out because they're really informative. They give you some beginner information as to the people who are going to be jumping into Xenoblade X. In terms of the world itself, like, I've seen a comparison video about this too. It's actually mind-boggling. They said, in terms of how big the world of Xenoblade X is, the world of Planet Mira, like, you got, like, I'm sure Danny can answer this. You're aware of how big of a world Skyrim is, right?
Yeah.
You could fit the entire hub world, like the entire area of Skyrim as a whole, into Xenoblade X about 4 times.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
What?
Yeah. You fit in Xenoblade X like 3 to 4 times.
No fucking wonder they had to
My
give those
God.
fucking like loading patches.
No,
Jesus
No,
Christ.
you want another comparison? The world of Fallout 4. You could fit that in Xenoblade X about 5 times.
What the? What?
I don't keep up with Fallout, so I don't really know.
I don't either.
Good lord.
Yeah, the world of Xenoblade X is huge. Like, I think they even said it was going to be bigger than the world of the new Zelda game that's coming out in 2016.
Oh,
Yeah, the one that we
sweet
still don't know
Jesus.
jack shit about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They did talk about that. Like,
No,
very
they did.
brief-
Yeah,
no,
they just said it's coming out 2016. We're still working on it, guys. It's like, come on, Nintendo.
Trust us. Get with it.
Yeah,
God.
they even say that the world of Xenoblade X is about 3 times the size of Grand Theft Auto 5, so there's that.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, we get the picture. It's fucking
Yeah.
big.
Actually, Brendan, I have a quick question. Have they confirmed, like, what's the relation between Xenoblade Chronicles X and just the original Xenoblade Chronicles? Like, same universe? Is this, like, X amount of years later, or is this something completely new?
I'm pretty sure it's something completely new. Like, I will say this. the one thing so far that is clearly similar between Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles X is the Nopon. The Nopon actually do make a return to this game.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it's like, you know, yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of Xenoblade X, Chronicles X stuff, and it does look real promising. It's just like, you know, yeah, the only thing that I think that's holding me back is because I still haven't played the original Xenoblade. And that's where I'm like, is this like, you know, a Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross thing where it's like, I have to have played the previous game to understand what's going on in this one? Because I don't want to have to play, I don't want to have to play this massive game and be utterly lost, you know?
No, I can openly say for a fact that if you're playing Xenoblade X for the first time, you are not spoiling anything for Xenoblade Chronicles.
Also, for the uninformed, like Danny is, I'm assuming, the Nopon are the creatures that Ricky is.
Yeah, Ricky.
You remember Ricky, right, Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
what the Nopon are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so the Nopon are coming back. Like, it's been established that the world of Xenoblade X is going to be like so much bigger than the world of Skyrim, Fallout, and Witcher 3 combined. The gameplay itself, it's actually, they talked about how, the layout and everything that's displayed is going to be played out pretty much like the original Xenoblade Chronicles. So that's another similar thing. Like, you get your own personal skills, you can custom, like, okay, I guess before I go into that, I want to just say how much I appreciate the character customization in this game.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny you bring that up, because like I was just thinking about this. The one thing that recently that was changed when for the English localization that I found out about, and I'm laughing so hard because people are so upset about it, but it's the most mundane thing.
I think I know what you're referring to.
It's so insignificant, and it really is not that big a deal that they took it out. And really, it's obvious why they took it out. It's because it's Nintendo.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like in the character customization for the females. Originally, there was an option to actually change the size of the character's breasts.
Wait, I think that's still a thing.
Is it?
I think it's still a thing, because I saw a friend of mine who's actually a big content creator. He actually did like the first 15 minutes of Xenoblade on his channel, and one of the things, and he actually went to create a female. I think they actually did keep the fact that you can change a female character's breast size.
Okay, because I'm hearing about how for the actual release they're taking that function out.
Yeah, I think they kept it in.
It regardless, it really doesn't matter. It's so mundane, and I'm
It
laughing.
is, but people will make such a huge fucking deal out of it.
Yeah, and I'm laughing so hard at the people who are making a big deal about it.
So I'll have to go back to that video and double check to make sure that's actually still a thing. But yeah. It's like I can actually bring that up because I actually watched that recently. But anyway, back to the character customization and the customization of your own character. They talked about, I think this was also in the survival guide, but they talked about that when you make your character, you can join specific classes in the world of Xenoblade X. Depending on what class you choose, also affects your stats. So it's like, you could be like this huge tank character. Like, if you join one squad or one clan, you could like have such higher defense and stuff like that. Or if you join this clan, you'll have more health, more critical hits, more attack, more skills and stuff like that. It's really nice how they implement stuff like that. And okay. Now moving on to the dolls. Oh my god.
The dolls.
Yeah, I think they're called dolls.
The mechs.
Yeah, the mechs.
The mechs.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're called dolls. They might go by another name, but I'm pretty sure they're called dolls. Like someone in the comments correct me if I'm wrong.
They've gone by different names in each of the Xeno games. It was like in Xenogears they were just called Gears. In Xenosaga I think they were eggs. And I think in this one they're called dolls. So I mean it's like I like how
they were mecha.
Yeah, so it's like I love how they're keeping the mech theme going and everything, because I mean it's like I thought that was freaking great in Xenogears, and it's like yeah they threw it in Xenosaga, but at least as far as the Xenosaga episode 1, it was like you really didn't need the mechs.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing about the dolls.
But it's like it's like this one I like how it's like, you know, okay, they're keeping the mechs, but the mechs are actually fucking vital.
Yeah, and yeah, moving on to the dolls, like, just like how you can customize your own character and give your own character all these skills and designs and stuff, you can do the same thing with the dolls. You can have your own personal doll and customize it to the way you want, the way you see fit, and you can even bring it with you to battle. And pilot it, too. It's so good.
Nice.
It's like, oh,
that's
yeah.
cool.
It's like, oh, what else?
Yeah, because I mean, from what I've been seeing, it looks like as far as like with the mech combat versus ground combat, it looks like they're trying to keep this, I guess, along the similar lines of Xenogears, where it's like you can handle like, you know, monsters and stuff of your own size when, you know, you're on the ground, but the minute that you come across something huge, I mean, it can just step on you and you're dead. And that's when you have to go into the mech in order to survive.
Right.
It looks like this is following along that similar path, and I really like that.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like so good. It's like, oh, what else is there to talk about in terms of this?
What was specifically talked about with the Direct? Like, I know one thing they brought up how you can download these these packs.
Yeah, the
which actually were specifically made to reduce loading time.
Yeah, but it's only for people that are actually getting the physical copy, and that alone in itself is like takes up about half the capacity that the Wii U itself can handle.
Seriously, do not download this game. Just get the physical copy, unless you plan on making your Wii U the Xenoblade X Chronicles console.
That's pretty much what it's going to turn into.
Yeah, either that or just get like a little USB flash drive or whatever that has like 32, 64 gigs on it.
I mean, if you wanted to, yeah, you could do that, but it's like I think still it just to help relieve space. If you plan on getting more games in the future, just get the physical copy. Like there is no
exactly. The physical copy won't take up so much space. So yeah, even so, why would you waste the money or whatever to get a flash drive or whatever?
You cannot download Xenoblade Chronicles X without some kind of external hard drive. There is no way. They even said, look, I even looked it up. They said that the downloading time, or not the downloading time, but the downloading size of Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to be I want to say maybe 40 gigs or so. That's more than what the capacity of a Wii U can handle itself alone.
Palutena forbid that you get a friggin' white Wii U.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. Like if you get a white Wii U, you can't even download the loading packs to help speed up loading times. Like there's no way unless you get it. Unless you put down the money for an external hard drive. Just don't do it. Just don't download
you have
this
no
game.
choice but to go black.
Just do what I did. Do what I did and pre-order a physical copy. Though I guess I'll go ahead and say this: pre-order a physical copy, lest you want this game to turn out like Xenoblade Chronicles and be so rare that no one can find it.
Yeah, but in which case. Let's move on from all the Xenoblade Chronicle chaos.
So I will get you guys to play this game.
Okay, good luck with that. Anyway, on to wait, shit, what was next?
Yeah, the Badge Arcade.
Oh, fucking hell! Nope.
It's actually not that bad. I think it's kind of interesting. I don't think it's worth shelling out $1 every so often once they actually start implementing that to decorate your home menu even more. But still,
it is an arcade, and for $1 it gives you 5 tries. It's literally a mobile arcade, is what it is.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's pretty interesting. To
me, it's obvious they're trying to pander to the Facebook crowd, and I honestly see this as a waste of time and money. I mean, it's like it's one thing. I mean, it's one thing when you do okay, you want to make a game that's all about collecting badges to decorate your homepage and everything. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, that's not something I'd bother with, because, I mean, hell, I don't even bother with the Mii crap for all that often, but it's like, okay, if people like the Miis and all that stuff, I could see them going along with this, but it's like, oh, cough up $1 for 5 tries. It's like, really? It's like, it's kind of like what I said during the reaction, you have so many gamers who, one of the main reasons why they just reject the whole notion of Facebook games is because we've brought about this whole, I think, Jim Sterling calls it fee to pay, where it's like, okay, you can play the game and stuff, but you want to beat it faster or something? Okay, cough up money. It's microtransactions, and a lot of gamers are getting sick and tired of it.
but at the same time, it's not actually a game. It's literally an arcade that you can use to fancy up your home menu. And effectively, what you're doing is you're paying 20 cents a You're paying for 20 cents a badge. Because if you're paying $1 for 5 tries, that's 20 cents per badge.
Considering it's a crane machine type game. I mean,
like, think about it.
Granted, you can actually
how much money do you, at conventions do we spend on real badges?
We're
paying 20 cents for one digital one. Is effectively what it is.
Yeah. Like I said,
it's for people who like it. Like
I said, I'm not against the idea. I'm really not. I do think it's interesting.
I do like the little rabbit though. Like I'm seeing some people like post around like some things he says. Like there was one where apparently like they're aware that you have to spend real money to play this game, so they actually implemented that into like the rabbit himself, where he says like it's like, no, you have to use real money. How real? This real. And then he changes into a pink photorealistic rabbit.
What?
That's actually kind of funny.
It's
so okay then.
It's so fucking meta, but it's hilarious.
Anyway. Yeah. It's like don't get me wrong. I like the idea. I'm kind of gonna be like with Danny on this, and I still find it a bit off. They have to pay real money for something like this, but I think the biggest thing, regardless of the whole paying thing, is like the thing is like I don't really pay attention too much to the whole menu. So yeah, honestly not because of the money, but I think that the biggest reason why is like I would find this that interesting is like, well, I kind of like the backgrounds that I have as they are.
I don't live on the menu, so I can give a shit less about what it looks like.
Yeah, that's one of the that is one of the drawbacks. Like, this is really for people who want to make their menus look fancy, but that's really all it does. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like you guys call it a waste of money to an extent. It's because if this was like,
I'm not saying it's a waste of money.
It's an arcade. Have you guys ever been to an arcade? How much money do you sell at an arcades?
25 cents.
Nowadays, it's more like $5 per machine. But it's like,
whoa! What?
Like nowadays. Have you been to an arcade recently, dude?
I've been to I've been to restaurants that have arcades in them.
No, I mean like a legit arcade, like Wreck-It Ralph shit.
Then no.
No, they're like dying. They're like virtually gone, save for Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, we are in a day and age where it's literally just like we're so used to just paying for the game once and then that's it. Maybe paying for some DLC on the side, but that's it. We're not used to paying, selling out little increments of money, just for something so minute. But the difference here is it's all digital. You don't actually keep the real life badges. They're digital badges that you're probably only going to see for a few seconds a day. When you're turning on your DS. That's even if you turn your DS off. So, regardless of such. Mm-hmm. Moving on, Pokemon Picross. What the hell even is Picross?
I don't know. It's kind of like I said. It looked like it to me. I was like, I had no idea what I was looking at. That was why I said it looked like it was a cross between Minesweep and Sudoku. I'm like, what? I can't follow it. I have no idea what the hell I was looking at.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Picross, so I wouldn't know. All I know is that this is another Pokemon game that's just like Pokemon Shuffle that was on the Nintendo 3DS, which they're now moving to smartphones. So it's another free Pokemon game where, if you want to reap more benefits from the game, you have to pay more money.
Well, if it's free, it's kind of like. That's kind of like how Killer Instinct worked, though. Like I forget, wasn't Killer Instinct like free initially, but you had to pay if you wanted more characters?
Well, yeah, it's still free, but unless you buy the packs to get like the characters right away, then you would have to like pay money for specific character.
It's the same thing.
Kind of. Only I feel like with Killer Instinct, you're getting more bang for your buck.
Yeah. With paying characters for like Killer Instinct, you only have to pay just like one payment, and that's it. To keep going with this badge arcade thing, you have to continuously pay to keep playing.
Yeah, it's not like you're spending your own currency for in-game currency, which is usable. It's not like KI where you're using your own currency for a character that you keep. You know?
Well, how much do you pay in Pokemon Shuffle?
Oh god, it's been a while since I played Pokemon Shuffle. Actually, I don't even know if I deleted that from my 3DS, but I think it actually depends on like I think it was jewels, like the currency thing was jewels that helped you like do certain things in the game. But it varied depending on how many you want. It's kind of like Sonic Dash.
Well, what's the average? Like, is it $5? Is it $10?
Yeah, somewhere along those lines. Like this many for $3, this many for $5, for $10, for $15.
Right, well, whatever. Oh, and clearly none of us is interested in this Picross, whatever it is. Like, it just didn't look interesting at all, to be honest.
Oh yeah, sweet. We got more Pokemon sprites.
I mean, again, yeah. I know some people who are probably into Picross. There's some people who will probably eat this up who are into that kind of thing. I mean, I personally just have never been involved, or not involved. I personally have just never played Picross or heard of anyone else that have actually played Picross. So this is completely foreign territory to me, is all it is.
Right.
In which case, indie titles.
Sweet.
Let's see. So we have Steam World Heist, which kind of looks like a 2D side scroller of codename Steam with more hats.
It's a 2D strategy shooter.
Yeah.
And then we had Fast Racing Neo, aka not F-Zero.
Yep.
It's like I said, you know, I understand that F-Zero has a lot of fans, but I mean, it's like, you know, speaking as somebody who's like a fan of Knights and has to live with the fact that Sega is making another Sonic Boom instead of trying another shot at the Knights series, trust me, you have to learn to cut your losses.
They could be making Knights Boom.
Oh God.
Well, it's just that. I mean, it's like, you know, clearly, I mean, yeah, Nintendo's making, or at least supporting, you know, all these other kinds of, like, racing games that may look like F-Zero, but they're not doing F-Zero. It's like, I think they just don't care anymore. It is a series that they have absolutely no interest in continuing. The only time you will see anything F-Zero at this point is going to be Smash.
They killed off Captain Falcon for a reason.
Hey, don't forget Mario Kart 8.
In which case, and then we had.
I will say this though. I will say this. Like Fast Racing Neo, it does look like an interesting game. Like I'm like. People are more likely are not going to call it an F-Zero knockoff. I do know this. I will come to accept this, but the game as a whole, it actually does look pretty fun. I mean, if this was supposed to be like a reboot or just something completely different or similar-wise to F-Zero, I mean, the fact that, I mean, it looks like it plays like F-Zero. It's got online multiplayer. It's got all this other good stuff that makes it feel like an F-Zero game. All in all, I might give it a shot because it actually does look kind of fun. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway, then we have Typo Man,
which is not Limbo.
Well, no, it's.
Are you kidding? Of course it is. It's basically like Limbo, only instead of going through obstacles with just mere puzzles, you have to go through obstacles with fucking words.
Yeah, so it's typing of the dead.
Well, I only have one major question about this game, and like this is actually a question that like a lot of people are asking. How is this game going to be translated?
What do you mean? How is it going to be?
Like, how is it going to go into different languages? Because obviously, different languages have different words and different characters. Even.
I guess that's true.
Because you saw like there was one puzzle where it's like it was like a crusher puzzle, but like it said rush. We need the rush, but then when
the thing fell, it says crush.
Yeah, you can't do that in other languages.
I'm sure.
I don't know if this was. That. Yeah, I don't know if this was strictly meant to be like a Western game where only we get it.
It could very well be.
I mean, because I can't imagine how you would do it or how else you would do that unless they just strictly made this like just for Western audiences.
Oh well. In which case,
I guess we'll have to wait and see. It looked
interesting enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then we had Bill snacking on tons of food.
Honestly, my personal favorite moment in the entire direct.
Bill!
This is like, yeah, it's like I retweeted Bill Nye the Science Guy. Like, did you see that video that I retweeted?
No. What?
Somebody took the opening to Bill Nye the Science Guy and superimposed Reggie going in there. So it's like, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill. It's like they actually timed that with the intro to Bill Nye the Science Guy. It was great.
I swear to fucking God. It's like Nintendo knows exactly how to make memes. Like, they're doing this on purpose.
Reggie, ever since the moment when Reggie said, "My body is ready," he knew what he had done, and then he embraced it.
Reggie is just a meme generator.
But he accepts this. This is why he's the greatest president.
He's like, "Oh God, damn it, Reggie, I love you."
Regardless, this was effectively a quick little commercial for Yokai Watch, a game that I'm still not really interested. Like,
which is not Pokemon.
Really it's apparently doing really well in Japan.
It was Yokai Watch was apparently a cartoon, or would you call it a cartoon or an anime?
It doesn't matter. Yokai Watch has been out for 2 years in Japan. They've already got sequels. It's just now it's finally come overseas.
Right.
So, I mean, Yokai's actually been around for a little while. I mean, it's still relatively new. So, it's like I said, it came out in Japan, I think, about 2 years ago. So, I mean, it's still technically new. It's especially new for us because it's finally coming over.
Right.
I may give it a shot at some point.
It looks interesting. Like, again, I'm speaking in terms of the unknown because I have not heard of Yokai Watch at all until that certain point in time.
Oh well. Any which case, here we go. Pokken tournament.
Yes.
I'm so fucking hyped for this game.
Pokken tournament. Yes. Let's go.
I'm laughing so hard because Nintendo knows exactly how to get me into their franchises. Just like how Hyrule Warriors was my first Dynasty Warriors game. Pokken Tournament's gonna be my first Tekken game. God damn it!
It's like I play Tekken. I've been into Tekken for years, so this is really hitting home for me.
I played a little bit of Tekken back in the arcades. So, I mean, it's like, I'm somewhat familiar with Tekken. I mean, I haven't kept up with it.
My first Tekken... Yeah, that's like my first Tekken.
Yeah,
my first Tekken game was Tekken Tag Tournament on the PlayStation 2. But later on was Tekken 6. And then I own Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for the Wii U right now. So there's that. I do plan on getting Tekken 7. And now we're getting Pokken Tournament. So it's like, yes, please.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, I played the living shit out of Tekken 3 and especially Tekken 4. And then I tried Tekken 6 and I'm like, okay, fuck this shit.
Yeah, it's like you're combining two of my favorite video game franchises. Like, please, take my fucking money.
Oh yeah, it's even more hype, especially after all the stuff I've been doing in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. But in which case, what was it?
Sorry?
Oh no! I was just I thought you were. Weren't you in the middle of explaining something that they were talking about in Pokken Tournament?
Right.
Effectively, what they did for Pokken Tournament was they wasn't really so much of a new announcement. Like they went into Shadow Mewtwo, something that they announced a couple of days ago, but they went into more depth with him. Like, they announced how apparently it will be a playable character that you can unlock. However, there is the option if you get a Shadow Mewtwo card, you can unlock him immediately.
I don't remember if they brought up a way that you could actually get your hands on this card. It's a pre-order bonus.
Yeah, I think they said it was a first production run bonus.
Yeah, they said something about if you get the game as early as you can, it'll just come with the game.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much just pre-order it.
So yeah, technically either it can be a pre-order bonus, or you could just wait until it comes out and hope you're lucky enough to grab a copy in its first production run with the card included.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're screwed, and you have to play through the game and be good enough to actually unlock them.
Well, I talked about this in my personal reaction to the Direct, which is on my channel, I said that, the luxury of being able to unlock the character right away is nice and all, but other than that, I would just personally keep the card, because where's the fun in just unlocking a character like that right away, where you can just do it yourself and play through the game? You know?
Maybe if you're like that, then yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. I guess real quickly, a quick little topic we can discuss before we move on with Pokken Tournament. Possible wish list for fighters.
Oh God!
Halucha, please, Halucha, for the love of God, Halucha. For the love of Arceus, Halucha.
I'm trying to think though. Have they confirmed? Are they adding new characters outside of what's already in the arcade?
I'm sure they
definitely are. That's a surefire fact. Like, for one thing,
yeah.
How big is the Tekken roster normally?
Oh God! Like, depending on which game, it's huge.
Yeah, so there no doubt.
Yeah, it's just.
I know Tekken Tag Tournament has like 30 plus characters.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like that's just where I'm just concerned with and everything. Just because it's like right now, I mean, because you have to remember, Pokken Tournament technically out in Japan. It's just out in arcades, and right now we have 10 characters. So that's where it's like, I don't know if this means, like, does the Wii U version, like, are we going to be getting more? Or are they going to be sticking with what we've got in the arcade?
No, I even know for a fact that they're going to be adding more characters. I mean, they had 10 around the Japanese run in the arcades, but keep in mind, that was, I don't know how long ago. And plus, we're not getting Pokken Tournament until spring of next year, so they got plenty of time.
Hang on, Brandon. I'm looking this up on Wiki. This was released in the arcades in Japan July 6th of this year. This has not been out for a very long time.
Yeah, so obviously this is not the final roster.
Yeah, so
because they've been announcing more characters like ever since the game was already out in Japan in the arcades.
Yes,
they have been announcing more characters.
Well, they're saying like there's fighters and then we have assist characters.
Yeah,
right.
So that's where it's like
Jirachi being one of them. Yeah,
yeah.
And I'm actually super upset because one of the assistant characters confirmed was Frogadier, and that upsets me because that probably means that Greninja himself is not going to be playable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn
that's
it.
Right. Yeah, they have Mewtwo, they have Lucario. Why couldn't they bring in Greninja? I mean, come on.
Because Smash Bros.
Yeah, because let's not stop on Lucario.
And Charizard, and Mewtwo, and Pikachu.
And Pikachu, yes.
Pikachu's playable twice.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Pika Libre.
I forgot. Pika Libre.
Yeah, it's
I'm so mad.
Yeah,
they gave...
It just...
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, just for the benefit of people who are not keeping up with us, the confirmed fighters right now are Lucario, Machamp, Suicune, Gardevoir, Pikachu, Gengar, Weavile, Charizard, Blaziken, and Pikachu Libre. Whereas the assist characters right now is Emolga, Fennekin, Snivy, Frogadier, Eevee, Lapras, Whimsicott, Jirachi, Mismagius, and Ninetales. But now that we got the whole Shadow Mewtwo thing, so it's like, okay, that's clearly got to be something strictly for the Wii U, because this is the first we're hearing of it.
Yeah. God damn it.
Oh, well.
This is a female Pikachu that can do a Stone Cold Stunner.
You know what? Now that I think about it, why not Fur Alligator? I mean, come on.
If they give this Pikachu an RKO, I will cry.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, and in which case, moving along. So, here's the game I'm actually looking forward to, Star Fox Zero.
Star Fox Zero! Fuck yes!
Star Fox Zero is looking pretty... Yeah, Star Fox Zero is looking pretty good
really
right now.
It's looking amazing. It's like, holy shit.
I mean, again, I'm speaking from the unknown because I've never actually played a Star Fox game. Yes, I said it. I've never... Well, actually, I'm lying. I played one Star Fox game, but it's a Star Fox game that no one really liked, or some people didn't like. That being Star Fox Adventures.
Oh. Well, close enough.
but that's not a bad Star Fox game. I mean,
as such, it's like based on what we saw from Zero here, it looks like it may be a reboot of 64, possibly.
Yeah, I remember you bring it up at one particular cutscene when they were first entering Corneria or whatnot, and
it was like scene for scene match.
Yeah, so it's like one could say like it was probably like a throwback to Star Fox 64 because it was like one of the more popular 64 games of its time. But at the same time, though, I could definitely honestly I could agree that it could make more sense if it was technically considered a reboot, especially seeing as how they have 0 in the game's name.
Well, also keep in mind there's also two big factors here. One, Crystal's absence, which is
that is also
something
true.
Something that like, literally everybody that I'm seeing is making a big deal about. The other thing, this is actually a bigger factor. Peppy is still riding the R-Wings.
Yeah.
Because that guy retired. He retired at the same time Crystal came in. So
you're right. That is also true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So regardless of such, this is clearly
This is actually looking like it's combining elements from Star Fox 64 as well as Star Fox Assault, which is actually catching my interest.
People are more so comparing it to the unreleased Star Fox 2, which actually did have elements of like the vehicle transformations, like the turkey leg R-Wing.
The Walker, yeah.
But it does look like a really fun game. Like just how they have it set up, like how you can control your free range mode like from the TV, but then you see your first person view from the gamepad. That's really clever. I like that.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. The fact you get a view from just looking at like through the cockpit or whatnot. Oh yeah. That is a really nice touch. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I wondered if they were going to implement it to where, in some cases, you were going to have to switch from looking to your TV to looking to your gamepad back and forth like that. Like, I wonder if how disorienting that would be for some players, or if they would actually implement that.
Yeah. I think the only time you would ever have to resort for like looking at your TV screen to your Wii U gamepad is when you have to go through these like little missions, with the gyrocopter or whatnot, and then you set up that little droid to go into like little spaces and in secret rooms.
Yeah, direct eye.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, I think that's the only time you ever do it, and if that's the case, then it's like, okay, that's not too bad or too jarring or anything.
Yeah, because those are times where you have to slow down and stop anyway, because they're like a stealth mission thing.
Yeah, so. Yeah, exactly. Because in the direct, they did show the gyrocopter just driving trying to fly over fucking searchlights or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess let me rephrase what I was saying earlier. Like, I've never played a legit Star Fox game, like Star Fox 64 or Star Fox or anything like that. So, if I'm gonna make any game like my first actual Star Fox experience that isn't Star Fox Adventures, I will make it Star Fox.
By the way, Slippy confirmed badass. This man blows up shit and then doesn't even look at the explosion.
That is also true when it comes to Star Fox Zero. Oh, and everyone hates Slippy. Yeah, you may want to rethink that. I'm sorry, okay?
I mean, we'll see how Slippy plays out in Star Fox Zero once it comes out. I believe the beginning of the second quarter of next year.
Yeah. Originally, they were aiming for sometime during the first quarter of this year, which, it was what was it, fucking January through March or something like that. But yeah, it was pushed to an early second quarter. So it's gonna be an April release.
Yeah, didn't they say April 22nd or something?
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I was disappointed that it was delayed at first, but honestly, after seeing all these other releases that have been going on, I'm actually glad it is delayed. That means it give me more time to spend my money on this other stuff and take my time paying off my pre-order for Star Fox Zero.
Right. So it's once Christmas rolls around, and after all that, I'll be able to just pre-order Twilight Princess HD as well as Star Fox Zero. Before Christmas even rolls around, I'm picking up Xenoblade X. I will knock that off my list before I pre-order anything else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in which case, moving on. Oh yeah, another game I'm really looking forward to: Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
Paper Jam.
Oh yes.
even to this day, I still find that to be. I mean, granted, I've never played like any of the Mario and Luigi RPGs, or hell, even Paper Mario. But
play Dream Team. Play Dream Team.
Yeah, that's
do
like
it.
the only.
At the very least, play Inside Story. Bowser's Inside Story is so good.
The only.
It is. I played and beaten Inside Story, but play Dream Team as well if you want.
It's
Okay, all right. I'll keep that in mind. But regardless, even if I haven't played it, I still really enjoy the concept they're going with here. I still like where they're going with that game.
Combining the worlds of the Mario and Luigi series with the Paper Mario series. It's like something interesting is bound to happen.
Yeah,
with
because
this.
I'm kind of with you, Ryan. I don't know thing one about either series. I've only played Super Mario RPG. Way back when on the Super Nintendo. That's the only.
I haven't even played Thousand Year Door. That's my favorite game of all time.
I never got around to playing any of the Paper Mario games or the Mario and Luigi games, so I don't know.
PJ, please.
You know what? Okay, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase what I was saying. It's like, okay, granted, I've never played any Paper Mario games. However, I have seen like playthroughs of the first the three.
You got out of this call too.
Yeah, I've seen the first playthroughs of the first Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, Super Paper Mario, and the works.
So I've played Thousand Year Door. I've beaten Thousand Year Door. I've beaten Bowser's Inside Story. I've beaten Dream Team, so it's like, yeah, I know what I'm getting myself into with this one. Like the only Mario and Luigi game I haven't played is Partners in Time.
Oh, okay.
I actually do plan on changing that soon.
All right, but going back to
that was actually my first one, and I enjoyed it, but for some reason it seems to be infamous as the worst. I enjoyed it though, so I don't know.
Huh?
All right, well,
I'll have to see why.
I'm going back to Mario Luigi Paper Jam, as it were.
Right.
Yeah, so we just got a little more info on it. It was really just kind of teasing it more so than really giving any new info on it. Right.
Well, because they pretty much talked about some of the stuff that they talked about already. I mean, the only new thing that they brought up in terms of Paper Jam was the battle card system.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. They did talk about that, didn't they? Where if you place your amiibo on there, you can get certain cards out of them.
Oh yeah, and the amiibo compatibility too.
Oh yep, I am gonna be putting. Yeah, I'll be putting down all of the Yarn Yoshi amiibo.
No, literally same here. Well, looks like all of my amiibo is going on there.
Let's see, Rosalina, Wario, Pac-Man, all my Bowsers and Bowser Jr. a lot like a Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. I can only imagine they're only just going to be accepting the Mario character amiibos.
No, I think it's literally any amiibo.
Really?
Yeah, any amiibo.
Oh shit! So you can put in Pac-Man and shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you won't get a Pac-Man card, but they will unlock a Mario themed card.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Okay, I was about to say.
Overall, the one thing I'm looking forward to the most, obviously, is the story. Because one thing that both Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario have going for it are its stories, except for Sticker Star. Fuck Sticker Star. But it's
it's not the story of Sticker Star that got me.
There was no story.
I mean, there
wasn't. There really wasn't. It was just.
Shut up. Anyway.
But when it comes to this game, though, especially,
it was a really obscure
story. I cannot
story.
wait to see the interaction between Bowser and Paper Bowser.
Oh,
because Bowser is the best part of every single Mario RPG that's existed, except for Sticker Star. Fuck Sticker Star.
Yes.
Bowser had no dialogue whatsoever in
Sticker Star. But
it's like you see Bowser in the very beginning of the game, and you don't see him again until the very end.
Regardless, let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy Explorers.
Whoa.
It's like Final Fantasy Monster Hunter Edition.
Yeah, I guess.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to say that's a bad thing by any means, but I'm wondering what was going through.
I don't trust Square. I'm sorry.
We know.
I know you don't, but the SNG audience probably doesn't.
Yeah, it looks cool because it's relatively like Monster Hunter in a way, but it's like I don't know. It's like what?
I think what this game is trying to play off Final Fantasy XIV, that huge MMO.
The one they fucked up, took down, and had to rework because it was shit.
Well, I've been hearing good things.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now
the new one is actually.
But the fact that they had to do that in the first place fucking sucks.
All right. Look,
Danny, you sound genuinely angry right now.
Oh, Square Enix has pissed me off so much this past generation. I mean, it's like that's where it's like even something like this, which you would think would genuinely get me excited, because it's like I really do not like the direction that Square has been going since last generation, like to the point where it's like the only things I'm really even remotely looking forward to is Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasy 7 remake. And I'm hoping.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's okay because we're still getting the remake.
I'm hoping to God that they don't fuck them up.
I doubt they will. Because for one thing,
and Final Fantasy 15.
I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not sure about the FF7 remake. I know at least for Kingdom Hearts, Square isn't handling that. Disney Interactive is. So.
But regardless, I mean, it's like it's just one of those things where it's just I don't know. I've become very, very cautious, very apprehensive about anything that Square's been putting out lately, especially when it comes to Final Fantasy, just because I have been let down time and time again, that it's just like, this does look like, okay, they're trying to go back to its roots, and they're trying to do something unique. This should be getting me excited, and yet I'm not. That's the point where I am with Square at this point. It's just, they have just let me down so many times that it's like, it is very difficult for me to get really hyped about something new coming from Square. It's like Kingdom Hearts, it's kind of like I said, is like the last, probably the only remotely good thing they've got anymore, and it's probably because it's not just them. You've got Disney's involvement, and Disney knows what the fuck they're doing when it comes to their properties. So
have you played Bravely Default?
I have not.
I do suggest you try that, because apparently it's kind of like a rehashing of, what was it, Final Fantasy V, I think? Where you only have 4 characters, but those characters can change classes.
Yeah, I heard some really good things about Bravely Default.
So, yeah. 3, I guess, either way.
Alright, going back to that one comment that Danny made when it comes to Square, taking down Final Fantasy XIV and then putting it back up because they fixed it. Alright, look, granted, they may have done that, but think about it this way. At least they didn't make it... Alright, it'd still be much better than how Arkham Knight was handled on the PC, where they put it up on a PC. It was fucked up all hell. They took it down. They thought they fixed it. They put it back up, and it was still fucking terrible.
Well,
so I will at least give credit to where credit is due.
I mean, I'm not sure how big our audience is on the Batman series, but
Batman is not relevant right now.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like, in the trailer at the direct, they're saying, oh, you have all these, Final Fantasy characters. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, they showed off, they showed off Tifa, Cecil, Terra, Cloud, Vaughn, Yuna.
Was it on there?
No. Who you called Zidane? That is Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12.
Oh, okay.
I saw nothing with 9 in there whatsoever.
But though I'm pretty sure it's going to be a thing. Like if you add Squall from 8 and then you see Tidus from 10, I'm pretty sure they're going to add Zidane.
Yeah.
Plot twist. They add Quina.
But I mean, it's like, regardless, it's like, yeah, you can play alongside all your favorite Final Fantasy heroes. It's still not enough to get me to want to play this game, Square.
Yeah. I mean, what's that one Final Fantasy game that they're putting on the PS4? It was the one that they announced right before they showed the remake of Final Fantasy VII.
15?
Don't recall.
No. It wasn't 15. It was like 2 completely different characters, but all the other characters from the other Final Fantasy games were like chibi.
Oh, I know. I remember what you're talking about.
That one game they showed off at E3.
I forget the name.
Yeah, E3. Like again, the one that they showed right before they showed the remake.
I know.
Or
I
they announced
remember
the
what
remake.
you're talking about. I forget the name now.
Yeah,
You know,
God
so
damn.
it's like,
That's
I don't
how
know.
that's how much we
Like, I don't
didn't
know
care
what's going on.
about that one.
Let's move on to a game that Danny actually does want to play.
Yeah. Moving on to much better RPGs.
Fire Emblem Fates.
Fucking hell yes.
Fire Emblem Fates.
Also, just throwing this out there for those of you who are able to place a pre-order for Fire Emblem Fates Special Editions. Congrats. And for those of you who missed out and are just waiting for GameStop to put it back up for pre-order, I am so sorry.
Is it weird that I'm kind of indifferent towards this
Fuck
game? No,
You're dead to me, Brandon.
I only say this because I still have Awakening, but it's like ever since I've beaten Awakening, I've never touched it, and I don't know why.
Really? Because I probably put more hours into Fire Emblem Awakening than I have in most of my games.
I know it's weird, and and that's not to say the Fire Emblem series is a bad game or that I don't like the direction that they're taking with Fire Emblem. Not by any means, because I did enjoy Awakening. It's like I don't know why Awakening is another one of those games where I beat it once and then I don't touch it again for a long time. And I think that's the reason I'm kind of indifferent towards Fates is because I feel like if I buy Fates, like especially if I buy the special edition, because if you play Birthright, you're either going to want to play Conquest, and then vice versa. And then there's Revelation. So it's like, if I play all three of those, games, if I put down $80 to play all three of those games, and I beat through all of them once, will I want to play those games again afterward? That's the one thing I'm worried about.
Even if you don't,
it's like, am I going to be shelling out $80 just to play these three games once and only once, only to never pick it up again for God knows how long?
That's what happens with most games in general.
Well, most games that have like deep storytelling and long storylines, like the Fire Emblem series does.
I mean,
it's exactly how I felt about God of War, or the God of War series. Like I played those games once, I never touched them again.
Well, I mean, it was kind of like what Danny brought up during like the initial reaction video. It's like she brought up a really good point where it's like, okay, honestly, when it comes to Fire Emblem Fates, I'd rather go ahead and just pay like the $80 to get all three games, as well as some other extra stuff on the side.
Also,
rather
to,
than pay
to correct you, Danny, from that reaction, you said they were each going to be worth $60. They're DS games, so more likely they're going to be worth $40. But regardless of $40 games
for $80, you're basically getting 3 games for the price of 2. That's still a really good deal.
With the exception of some 3DS games actually being $50.
Actually, to throw in like the whole thing with the games being $60. I mean, those certain like Birthright or Conquest will be $60, but only if you buy like these particular bundles. Whereas like you can say you get Birthright, but it gives you a download code for Conquest, and then vice versa.
Oh yeah, well I mean,
it's not really that they give you a download code.
Both versions physical copy, so.
Yeah, it's not that they give you a download code for the other game if you buy one. They just, like, they allow you to buy the other version at a reduced price.
Only if you download it, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it's if you buy a physical copy.
No, it's if you download it, I believe. But even then, I'm still so hyped up for this game. Like I've been doing everything in my power to remain unspoiled for these games. Like even more so than Mystery Dungeon. Like,
I don't know exactly what they could spoil or what you could find in terms of spoilers.
Just the plot in general.
Well,
which they didn't dig too deep into.
Awakening had a pretty good twist.
I mean, again, but none of which they dug too deep into in regards to Fates.
Well, I'm not talking about what Nintendo's showing. I'm talking about what the internet is showing in general.
Like I said, nothing that anyone's really dug too deep into.
This game is already out in Japan, Russell.
And I still haven't seen anything in regards to it.
They are around, and I've been doing everything in my power to avoid that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like they're still around, but it's like, you just probably aren't even like giving a flying fuck to even pay attention to it.
Oh, whatever.
Well, it's not that. I mean, because again, I am interested in this game. Yeah. So.
Oh, well, whatever. Speaking of flying fucks, the Mega Man Legacy Collection.
Next.
No, I freaked out.
I know there's nothing really to bring up here. We may as well bring up the one thing that they did show that was actually hilarious.
Why is this a thing? I freaked out. I wigged out when I saw this. But why is Golden Mega Man a
It caught
thing?
me off guard, but I was laughing so fucking hard.
Why?
The amiibo.
Jeez.
I was laughing way harder at that than I probably should have.
They were showing off all these other brand new amazing looking amiibo, like first Wolf Link, and then the upcoming new wave of Animal Crossing amiibo and Lucas, and now it's like...
Golden Mario, and Silver Mario made sense. Why Golden Mega Man?
Because fucking Mega Man, are you fucking kidding me? What other reason can you possibly have? It's a Golden Mega Man!
That was never a thing, though. It was never a thing in the Mega Man series.
But who the fuck cares? It's a Golden Mega Man!
Neither was Golden Mario or Silver Mario, and there was Metal.
Yes, it was.
Metal Mario, but that was about it.
And Golden Mario and New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Jesus Christ.
Moving right along.
Yeah,
It's like if you like classic Mega Man, go buy the Legacy Collection.
yeah, or that if you don't want to spend the extra money to get the amiibo, go ahead and get it on the Xbox One or PlayStation 4.
Or just, play the emulators.
That
Unless you do want to do those challenge runs or whatever they added to them, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway. Alright, so moving on to something that is actually, fairly revolutionary, actually.
Yeah, because, like, speaking of more classic games...
Yeah, the bringing of Pokemon's Red, Blue, and Yellow to the eShop. Like, this is a new one.
Thank you,
Yeah,
God!
really.
Like, how so?
Well, it's never happened before. Like,
Yeah,
we've never had a Pokemon game on the eShop.
Yeah. On top of its new features, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not really new per se. But
Well, new for the 3DS.
They're up to date. But
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I feel kind of bad though, because it's like, imagine all these kids, just came out of like Orez or X and Y, and they see, oh, new Pokemon games, like sweet. They get in here, where's my Lugia? Where's my Xerneas? Where are they?
That's not a Groudon.
Where's my Blaziken?
All right.
But all I wanted was just my Mudkip.
I do like to consider this as a way to. I mean, because it's like if you have a kid now, then they're probably like going to be introduced to the newer generation of Pokemon, which is probably going to be a bit overwhelming to them, all things considered.
No, it's a fairly simple game to
I
adapt.
mean, I know they can adapt, but
all
I
you're
mean,
gonna do is just show them the glitchy mess that we grew up with.
Oh God! Since this is the original Pokemon games, I wonder if you're able to bring back that one glitch monster thing.
Missing
No.
No.
Trinket
More than likely.
what?
Missing No.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yes.
The only thing they changed with these was the link cable systems. Like how obviously you can't use a link cable on your 3DSs anymore.
Oh yeah.
So it's like instead
you know.
they set it up so that way you can trade Pokemon, with other people in your room just with the 3DS's wireless capability.
Right. I have to imagine.
So they can party like it's 1999.
I have to. I have
96
to.
if you're in Japan.
Yeah, but I have to imagine though. I have to imagine because I don't know how. Because with Pokemon's Red and Blue, you were only subjected to catch certain kinds of Pokemon and only a certain amount of Pokemon in the game, right? Was it possible? Was it really possible for anybody to complete the Pokédex in Pokemon's Red, Blue, or Yellow?
Not without trading.
I mean, could you? Well, yeah. I mean, even then, like the Pokemon, could you catch all the Pokemon except for the Pokemon that were in Blue, or vice versa, if you were playing one of the games, and then just get the rest of them through trading?
Well, with the exception of like Pokemon like Machamp or Gengar that required trades to get.
Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, so it's like I just didn't know if it was possible.
You should be able to get every Pokemon you can that don't require trades. And depending on the version. But you know what? Actually, this is actually super depressing too, because this isn't like unless you have two 3DSs with a different version on each 3DS. These poor kids are also going to be subjected to what it was like when you didn't have a link cable and you weren't able to trade. if they're by themselves, that is.
Yeah. They were really pushing to replicate the olden days of Pokemon gaming and trading Pokemon and stuff. No, I mean back when IVs and EVs were never a thing.
No, literally though, it's like seriously, back when I was playing those old games, like even like with like the Gen 2 games, like it was the greatest thing ever when I was able to go over to a friend's house. They had Pokemon 2, and we actually traded and got Pokemon we weren't able to get, even the evolutions. You don't know how fucking happy I was when I got my first Politoed. That was like a gift from Palutena herself.
Those experiences back in the Game Boy Advance era and all of that. Yeah, those were really amazing moments where you're able to use the link cable.
Those were so invigorating. Unlike nowadays, where you can choose one or trade and get a Lugia for nothing.
Actually, all things considered, although I don't imagine why they would do this, considering we have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But if they were to just like bring the classic classic Ruby and classic Sapphire to the eShop along with the classic Pokemon games that they're doing right now, I could imagine them doing the exact same thing that they're doing with the Game Boy Color ones, just with the whole link cable absence thing, just be able to make it local.
Maybe. The one thing I was kind of hoping they would do, they're not going to do it, which makes me kind of sad, but I kind of wish they did. If they were going to bring these Pokemon to the eShop and make them downloadable from the eShop, why wouldn't they be compatible with the Pokebank? Why wouldn't we be able to take those old gen Pokemon, with the moves that Pokemon nowadays can't get, and put them in Pokebank to transfer to say like X and Y or S?
I mean, they probably could if they updated the Pokebank. But, I mean, because all things considered, I don't know if this was already in the works when they released the Pokebank, but I don't know. I mean, it could be something they could do.
I hope they do that. Like, especially if they're going to start bringing the Pokemon games to the eShops.
Right. I mean, again, like I said, I don't know why they would do this considering we have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but maybe they could bring... I don't know, maybe they could bring in Emerald, but then again, we have the episode Delta, so...
But yeah, the fact that they're bringing like not just red and blue, but also yellow version as well. That's also really great because
yellow was kind of the I don't want to say the black sheep of the Pokemon, the old Pokemon games, but it was the one Pokemon game.
Don't you mean the yellow sheep?
Get out.
Thank you and good night.
I mean, it was the one Pokemon game to actually bounce off and reference the anime itself.
Oh yeah, which I honestly thought it was really cool when I saw other people playing it when I was a kid, and I was the one who was always caught up with Pokemon Red. So the fact that I wasn't able to actually try out Pokemon Yellow when I was a kid, and it's like, granted, even though I was more towards Pokemon Red than anything, and I would definitely want to get that, at the same time, I would want to try out Pokemon Yellow.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that because talking about how Pokemon Yellow was actually supposed to depict itself from the anime, or like the anime version of Pokemon. Pokemon Yellow was actually my first Pokemon game.
Same actually.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like
people ask me who my first Pokemon ever was. Pikachu.
Yes.
Oh, you played Yellow, didn't you?
Yes.
but my first of those games was fucking Ho-Oh. And then it was later on where I'm like, oh yeah, there was red and blue. Okay, I'll get red.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm referring like who your first ever Pokemon was that you chose when you first started the game.
Oh shit. Oh.
Well, yeah, that's why we said Pikachu. That's why we said Pikachu because that's the one you get in yellow.
Enough reminiscing. Let's move on.
All right.
So next up, Hyrule Warriors Legends. Another game I'm so looking forward to getting. If only because Tetra, Toon Link, Daphne's, Skull Kid, and then the newly announced Linkle.
Nintendo, what are you doing? What are you doing, Nintendo?
So, Linkle is just... a huge controversy with this in general.
It's like, I'm not complaining.
It's
but-
so mundane. It's so stupid too that people are making such a big deal about it. Because here's the thing.
like I said, Nintendo, what are you doing?
Danny, correct any misinformation I make. But because she was like an original concept that they had in mind for something like earlier on.
Yeah, for the original Hyrule Warriors, they were planning on it or something, but they ultimately scrapped it. But they released the concept art, I think, in an art book, and that was when people first saw this, and they were like, "Wait a minute! We could have played a female Link. Why did you cut that?"
Well, it's like from what I've read up a little bit on her. Apparently, her original conceptual idea was that she was initially supposed to be an AU daughter for Link, like an alternate universe daughter. So she was a non-canon daughter, was what she was originally supposed to be.
Okay.
One thing is for sure, it is kind of a safe assumption that whoever this Link little girl is, she is not Link. She's not a Rule 63 Link. She is a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they did go out of her way. They did go out of their way to say that Linkle is a completely original character.
Aside from that,
quote unquote,
like, because it's like if she was just a Rule 63 Link, I feel like she'd be using the Master Sword. Like she probably would have an outfit that is more similar to what Link has. Because her outfit is akin, but it's a hoodie, is what it is. It's not a tunic, it's a hoodie. And she doesn't. Yeah. She doesn't fight with a sword or anything. She uses crossbows,
which Link technically did use.
On a rare occasion, but he's more so known for using the sword, and then he'll have other various weapons, of course. But for the most part, I think it's a safe assumption that whoever Linkle is, she's not Link.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Funny you should mention about Linkle and her choice of weapons. May I just say, I fucking love her crossbows.
Yeah, they look really cool.
My God,
those crossbows are pretty cool.
I was honestly pretty damn stoked when I saw the rapid fire crossbows just pretty much blasting through every enemy in sight.
Yeah,
it's like holy shit.
I do think that's actually kind of cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The gameplay they show. Oh yeah, it was really nice.
Regardless, I'm really looking forward to being able to play as her. Not only just her, like the other characters as well, especially Skull Kid. I'm so looking forward to playing as Skull Kid.
Skull Kid.
Yeah.
Do they give us the moon drop?
I don't know yet.
We already have the moon drop.
Well,
we already did Moondrop in the game.
Yeah, Young Link.
Really? Oh, god damn it!
Yeah. Young Link has the moondrop.
Oh, god damn it!
And then he actually cuts the moon in half.
We already got our Moondrop. We're good.
Also, Link with the great fairy weapon has that too. Actually.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, well.
Anyway,
let's move along. So. Here's what I don't think any of us will really, unless I'm mistaken, that any of us will really be able to talk about. The new Dragon Quest games, 7 and 8.
I heard about them, never played them.
All I'm going to say is I was interested in trying the Dragon Quest series for a while now, like kind of recently. So I will say that I am kind of excited for this one because it actually gives me a chance to see what Dragon Quest is all about. It's like, get some Akira Toriyama in me. That's not Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
Or Chrono Trigger.
Right.
Oh well, like I don't know what to say about these. I've never played the games, so
yeah, neither have I. But I am interested in giving them a try. So
all right, well.
I'd say I've heard a lot of good things about the Dragon Quest series.
Right,
it's just I've never gotten around to them, so that's where it's like if anybody can recommend, because they're bringing out 7 and 8, so if anyone can recommend, hey, 7 and 8 were good, so check out these reports and everything. It's like, okay, I'll check them out.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you guys have played Dragon Quest or if you guys have had any experience with Dragon Quest. Tell us what you think of the game, because some of us are actually interested.
Yep. In which case, some more indie titles. Hive Jump? What the fuck was Hive Jump? Wait. Let me go back and look at
I would say they're indie games. They are from, other professional developers. They're just throwing in their own titles with Nintendo and all of that.
Right.
Much different compared to Fast Racing Neo or Typo Man. No, these are games from other professional developers.
Yeah.
Actually, real quick about Fast Racing Neo. I know people. I know we talked about how people are going to compare this as an F-Zero F-Zero ripoff, or F-Zero GX for that matter. When I heard the music that was playing in the trailer, the new trailer of Fast Racing Neo, I swear, I feel like one of the music.
Interesting. It's like now. All right. Well, in which case, like for Hive Jump is essentially just like what I said in the initial reaction. To me, it looks kind of like the shooters like you expect from like Metal Slug or what was it, Contra or something like that. But the way the game was also laid out based on what the gameplay was showing, it also feels like it has its own fair share of like Metroid in a way, because it had a preview of like a map or something, and each section was like divided into squares.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of like if you're looking at a map through like a classic Metroid game or something. But that was just about it.
Okay. And then we had Mighty Number 9.
Yes!
Yeah, the not Mega Man game that was totally hasn't been delayed like God knows how many fucking times.
But still looking pretty good right now, especially considering the fact that they announced an online mode, an online co-op mode for this game. Like, yes, all of my yes.
Oh, well. And then we had another Lego Marvel game, which I still haven't even beaten the first one. Like, I was playing it for a while, I still haven't even gotten through it.
I don't play any of the Lego games.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them either, so this was.
Oh yeah, I've had my share of the Lego games ever since they first did like the first ever like a Lego Star Wars games.
I love that game.
Where it was based on just the prequels.
Well, no, actually, no, because there was,
and then eventually like I think a year after that they went with the original trilogy.
Okay,
with episodes 4 through 6.
Yeah, because the version I played it had all 6 episodes.
Yeah, I also played that as well. That's the complete trilogy. Which is also false advertising, because then they also made another Star Wars game, which is based off the Clone Wars TV show.
Oh, jeez.
Well, but hey, on the plus side, they also made other Lego games like Pirates of the Caribbean, which I loved.
Anyway, so here's another one for Russell: Project Cross Zone.
Okay, let's jump back a bit to the first Project Cross Zone.
Okay.
Amazing game. I think the game was amazing. The only problem I had with Project Cross Zone that I hope to God they fix for Project Cross Zone 2 was, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? You know that feeling you get when the repetitive nature. I hope they fix it. I hope that they fix the repetitive nature of Project Cross Zone 2. That's what it is. Because when I played Project Cross Zone, the one thing that stopped me from beating the game, and I think this is more so my fault, not so much the game's fault, was the fact that you play through the game of Project Cross Zone and you go through all the chapters, you're pretty much doing the same thing over and over again. But I think where my blame comes in with why I had to stop playing Project Cross Zone and why I couldn't beat it was because I was playing the game like for long hours during each time I turned the game on. Like, I think Project Cross Zone is a game that's meant to be played in short what's the word I'm looking for? In short
bursts.
Yeah, in short bursts. Like, yeah. Project Cross Zone is the kind of game that you want to play in short bursts. Otherwise, you will burn yourself out through the repetitive nature that Project Cross Zone has. So, again, I'm not trying to necessarily blame the game for why I couldn't beat it and why I got bored of it after a while. Because, again, Project Cross Zone is great. I am looking forward to Project Cross Zone 2. And if I do get into Project Cross Zone 2, should they decide not to fix the repetitive nature, is just to not play the game as much, or not play the game as much, play the game as long as I have been with the first one. Otherwise, I'm definitely excited for Project Cross Zone 2.
Yeah, see, like, when you brought up about how the whole, about the repetitive nature and everything, I mean, it's like, I honestly wholeheartedly agree. Because I brought up in the reaction trailer, and it's like, you know, I initially bought Project Cross Zone, because, I mean, I've played some games very similar to that, like crossovers, like Super Robot Wars and everything, and I was like, you know, okay, you know, I've played these things before, you know, granted they were they were on modded PlayStation 2s and stuff, so it was in Japanese, so I had no idea what the fuck was going on. All I gave a shit about was I had Macross, Gundam, Gaogai Gar, Virtualon, Gunbuster, Ava. I had all these fucking mechas together in one game, and it was awesome. But admittedly, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because I can't read Japanese. So then I was like, oh, okay, we got a game like that, but we actually brought it over here, translated in English. We got the companies to all come together and be like, all right, let's bring this over. I was initially very excited for it, but when I got to playing it, I mean, it's like, yeah, each map, it does get very repetitive, not just like with gameplay or anything, but I mean, even as far as your missions. It's always like, you know, okay, you go to the Mega Man world and it's like, you know, it's obvious they're trying to, you know, tie it in, you know, the story's exclusive to their games, but then like the next map will be, you know, a completely different game, but it's ultimately the same mission. It's just in their storyline and stuff, and there's not a whole lot that's really connecting each world. It's just, they're thrown all together. So that's where it's those kinds of little things. Like, you know, if you're going to do a big mashup, like in Kingdom Hearts or something, like, Kingdom Hearts, I thought they did a really good job with, you know, trying to tie in all these Disney worlds together, like in the first game and stuff, like just with the whole Princesses of Heart and everything. There was a reason to bring in all these different Disney worlds and stuff, and I really liked that. I didn't necessarily felt like maybe it just wasn't as developed in Project Cross Zone, and maybe that's why I had such a negative impression of it. So that's probably why I'm not really all that excited for the sequel, just because I got so bored with the first one that it's like, oh, we have a sequel, but we have Nintendo characters now, we have more stuff, and it's like, well, if it's going to be the exact same thing, then it's just going to be another waste of money for me, so I'm not all that interested.
Not to say that the series itself is bad, because it's not. Again, I have myself to blame for why I got bored of Project Cross Zone, so whether or not they fix the repetitive nature in Project Cross Zone 2, I mean, whether or not they do it is fine. I just need to do a better job of actually managing my time with the game, because I think that was my biggest issue with a personal issue on that, I guess as I should say,
right,
was just my time management with it.
But even if you were to play this game in short bursts, it's the fact that these missions are still repetitive regardless.
I mean,
it's like, you know, that's where it's like, yeah, just if they manage to tweak that aspect, then great. But if it's not, then it's like, I'm not going to waste my money.
I mean, I will more than likely try to give this game another shot. But other than that, I want to talk about the characters or some of the characters that they announced for Project Cross Zone 2.
You know what? Actually, I want to say something real quick, before you get more into that. I look at the cast of Project Cross Zone 2. I see characters like, you know, like Chrom and Lucina, Fiora, Phoenix Wright and Maya, like Mega Man X and Zero. I'm looking at this cast and I'm just sitting here like, these are all rejected Smash characters, and they came to this game because they were rejected.
Well, no. Mega Man. Well, hold on. Mega Man X and Zero were in the first Project Cross Zone.
Regardless of such, no. Well, I'm not talking about the first Project Cross Zone. I'm talking about this one.
I know, but you said that like they were you said that like they were just brought into this one, but they weren't.
I know they weren't, but they were still characters that probably people wanted for Smash. They're not gonna happen though. And then there's Lucina, who was just a fucking freeloader.
Lucina, silly girl.
You were already in a fighting game. You should have saved that spot for like Sumiya or something.
Yeah, really.
That's the only logical reason I can think of as to why they would add like Fiora and not Shulk. Like,
well, because god, and I'm mad because Smash Bros. Itself, not so much the trailer of Project Cross Zone, but Smash Bros. Itself kind of spoiled this for me. The fact that Fiora is now a mecha. So she's she's teaming up.
There's a lot of things. Like,
yeah, so she's teaming up with Cosmos.
I've seen the entirety of Chugga Conroy's LP of Xenoblade Chronicles. I know the entire story now. Like, bro, there's so much wrong with how Smash Bros. is incorporating Shulk.
It's like
I'm just gonna say that right now. There's so much wrong with it.
I'm really feeling it.
Well, no, I mean, like, even the fact. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spoil.
Oh, spoiler alert! Skip to this part of the video if you do not want to be spoiled of the original Xenoblade Chronicles.
I won't spoil. But what I will say though, is that the fact that Shulk still has the Monado is incorrect. Anyway.
Oh shit. Sakurai.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the second to last thing that was announced, which was just Terraria getting a port.
Right. Oh yeah, 2D Minecraft getting another point. Who the fuck cares? Let's move on.
Oh geez, now Ryan's getting indigenous towards this.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's pretty much...
but we all know about Terraria. No one cares. Everyone wants to hear us talk about the last thing. The final thing shown at that Direct. The thing that made us all fucking lose our minds, except for Danny.
well, from what I was told, didn't you guys spoil that for her?
Kinda did. But basically, it's like, regardless of the fact, I mean... You know, the one thing I was not expecting, because it was like, I was expecting, like, if they were going to throw Cloud in as a fighter, then they were going to probably pull his move from Dissidia. After all, you've already got an established fighting game and everything with a character in it, then, just port the moves over, kind of like what they did with Ryu, where they established a lot of his movesets and even included, the same button combinations and everything. That's kind of where I thought they would go with Cloud, considering that, he's already been in fighting games. So the fact that they made, an entirely new moveset caught me by surprise. Because I'm watching, even just the way he swings his sword is so different from how he did it in Dissidia.
In general, I guess this whole trailer was just amazing. It's just between the reactions I've seen from it, because it's I would always see one of two things from most reactions, majority anyway. One, either people instantly recognize the tune, like Danny and Arklad,
and me,
and yeah, I guess you too, and then most other people who didn't immediately recognize Final Fantasy, when they saw the space and the stars, instantly thought Wolf.
Yeah, like Shofu. not making fun of Shofu or anything. I just thought it was funny.
You know what? I still think my favorite is Maximilian's.
Max lost his mind. I was dying.
He was one of those people who instantly recognized the tune and knew it was Final Fantasy related.
Well, yeah, because he even said in one of his videos that Final Fantasy VII is his favorite game of all time. He even did a full Let's Play of it on Yo Video Games.
Literally, that first reaction, when his face when the tune started playing, and he was just like, "Fuck you."
I was so weak.
But speculating Cloud, honestly, I think it's I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy VII at all. Not even Final Fantasy in general, but I think it's so cool. Not only so cool, I think it's so important that Cloud is in this game. Right. It really is.
That just opened a door to so many other possibilities.
Years, when the four of us were first making speculations on this game, when it was first announced, when we first did those update videos, back then we were making fun of people who were questioning Cloud. Now look.
Oh yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah. Hell. Not even when we were first doing the update videos. Even during the times of fucking Brawl, it's like, hey, it would be awesome if they put in Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
You know what?
Brawl.
No, exactly. That was one of the first things I thought of at the end of that trailer when Cloud was fucking Omni-slashing Ike. I know that was supposed to be Ike as Sephiroth, but then back to that old Nintendo
I just
video
remembered.
Where it's it'd be super cool if Cloud was in Super Smash Bros. And then Ike fucking punches them. And I'm just
you get no sympathy from me. I'm the only pretty boy in this game.
I just remembered that.
That's fucking.
Was that intended? Was that intended at all?
I doubt it, but
I seriously doubt it. But it's so incredibly ironic.
I can't believe I forgot about that. Now it's just even more funny.
It's one hell of a coincidence. It's great.
Years later, Omni Slash.
If we actually did talk about how Cloud is never gonna make it in this game in our earlier update videos to Smash Bros. We are very sorry.
Well, it was because it was one of those things, just like you said, even like when we first got in Brawl, when Snake was announced to come in, and people were like, oh my god, third party, they're bringing in Snake, and they brought in Sonic. So they're, so many people were all like, Cloud, and it was just one of those things, like, it became a running joke to that point where it's like, oh, third party anything, Cloud. It just became such a fucking joke.
Well, I gotta give props to props too for Sakurai. When he said that he was purely gonna make any remaining DLC character, like not even just the ballot, any character that they're working on for DLC, pure fan service, he was not kidding around.
Oh no!
The fact, the fact that they bringing in a Square, I want to know how they get the licensing for this. Like that's my biggest concern. How did they get the licensing for this?
Also, keep in mind some of the other games that were talked about during that direct. We had Final Fantasy Explorers, Dragon Quest. What were some other ones that were Square?
Oh shit!
Wasn't that it?
No, I feel like there was one more.
Hang on.
It might have been just those.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. But like Nintendo and Square have been collaborating so much more often as of late. So, and not to mention, I do like I've heard quite a few people speculations on what they think of Cloud being in this game. I think my favorite though is the idea that Cloud kind of represents an era in Nintendo's history where Square kind of branched off to Sony.
Yeah, they did.
Because 7 was originally supposed to be on the 64.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was because, it was originally to be planned for the 64, which I think kind of explains the whole Popeye look when it comes to 3D models. But because Nintendo stuck with cartridges instead of moving on to the CD-based format, like with what we were seeing with Sega and PlayStation, Square was just like, no, this is not going to work out, because it's just too limited for what we want to do. And that's why, for a little while anyway, that was why the Final Fantasy series moved over to PlayStation, and it started becoming more of a Sony brand, at least until I think Crystal Chronicles, because that I think that was originally released for the GameCube. And that's a side series. Yeah, that was a side series. And as far as the main series go, 13 was the one that went multi-platform.
It was also on the Wii too, so if I recall correctly. But yeah, the Crystal Chronicles games were on the Wii.
Yeah, Crystal Bears, which is not that good of a game. But regardless, the fact of the matter is that it took for a sub-series to get Final Fantasy back onto the Nintendo consoles.
Yeah. So I guess now, as Cloud as a character, so obviously he seems pretty fast in his movements. But it's odd. Like he seems to have a combination of both fast and bulky. Like obviously due to the Buster Sword and his strength when wielding it. But it's like I find it interesting how people are comparing him to Ike, saying that he's just a clone of Ike. I disagree.
Not even.
No.
No, I mean, you can see just by how he moves and everything, the two are drastically different.
The only thing similar between those two is the Final Smash, but that's it.
Well, even then, like, Omni Slash was kind of already very similar to, like, what... Plus, Cloud did it first. Omni Slash was first.
Yeah, you're right.
Plus on top of that, unlike Ike's Ether or whatever... Cloud's Omni Smash ends off with a huge ass explosion.
Well, so does Great Aether.
So does Ike, but Cloud's bigger.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Cloud does it better.
Yeah, you guys are also forgetting Link does the same thing for his Final Smash. So I mean, it's like it's not exact. I mean,
Angry Ninja.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's a similar attack, but at the same time, I mean, it's like. what else could you do for a final Smash for Cloud other than his final limit break?
People keep
the-
saying that they preferred Meteor Rain, but honestly,
I was gonna say I did not see Meteor Rain.
Omni Slash, I think, was just the better choice. Like
Omni Slash is more synonymous with Cloud than Meteor Rain
Yeah.
is. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's like it would have been nice to have seen Meteor Rain just because it looks like they're incorporating every other freaking limit break, like even as far as basic attacks go. So I am kind of surprised that we're not really seeing anything Meteor Rain related.
And I find that interesting too. How they seem to be incorporating the limit breaks attacks as his specials. Like from what I found out, like neutral is cross slash, side B is a blade beam.
Like his up B would be Clem Hazard.
Yeah, and then down B is going to be final touch.
Oh, it's finishing touch.
Touch,
okay. That's what it is. Okay, I forgot what that move was when I saw it.
It's not nearly as dramatic as it was in 7, where in 7 it made this huge fucking whirlwind, but it's like that's effectively what it is.
I mean, it still makes a tornado.
Yeah, and then but based on how they look, from what I'm seeing with Cloud's major gimmick, the limit gauge. I don't know. They didn't explain how that's going to work. It may just be how did the limit gauge work in 7?
The same way the same way Little Mac's knockout meter works in Smash Bros. The more damage you take, the more the limit
the gauge filled every time you took a hit.
Is it only from hits, not when you deal damage either?
No, it's only when you take hits.
Only from hits.
So that may just be how it works here as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like it works. Like the limit gauge and Little Mac's knockout meter works like pretty much the exact same way. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they incorporated it for Cloud and Smash Bros. It's
more dangerous here because here's the thing: not only because if that is the case, then it's more dangerous here because Cloud has not one option to for a finishing move, but 4. And not only that, they showed that if you use one of those attacks when the limit gauge is full, it's just way more effective. Even the Clem Hazard goes way higher.
Yeah, like that's probably the best recovery in the game.
And it's like I want to say that it does work just like the knockout punch for Little Mac because it looked like Cloud was glowing when his limit was full, but then he stopped glowing once he used an attack that used it. So it's probably going to work just like Little Mac's KO punch. So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Though granted, I'm pretty sure that after you take another hit, the limit break won't go away like how it does in the original Final Fantasy VII. Like it'll probably only go away after you use one of your limit breaks combined with the limit gauge.
That I suppose that makes sense because I know
yeah, because keep in mind
there is the possibility that it could go away after taking too much damage, like Little Mac's KO punch, but at the same time, in Punch Out, if you took damage with stars or with that meter, it would go down. So that makes sense.
Or they could either it'll go away after a certain use for one of the limit breaks, or it'll act exactly like a meter. Or it'll act like a timed meter, and you can use the powered up versions of your limit breaks until the limit gauge goes down.
Yeah. Regardless of such, is Cloud just going to be a better Little Mac? God damn it!
Like I will say this. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure we got more to talk about for Cloud, so I'll mention this later.
Well, may as well bring it up because it's like
I will say this though: the fact that Cloud is in this game alone, Sora's chances are equally as better.
No,
oh, god damn it.
You know what?
Sora's chances of getting in Smash Bros. Just skyrocketed because of this.
Lindsay's just literally just like, Cloud's in, where's Sora?
It's gonna happen. It's more than likely gonna happen now.
At this point, I think the only way it can happen would be with the Smash ballot, and that would be if Square would be... again, I guess it depends on how Square wants to approach it. Because, Square, for all we know, they could be like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll give you 2 of our characters, or they'll be just like, okay, we're going to give you 1 character, so it's Sora or it's Cloud. Cloud would be the obvious choice, because more people know Cloud.
Right, but I wouldn't... Leaning back into that, I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if, I would not be surprised if Cloud's inclusion in Smash Bros. Just increased Sora's chances,
it didn't just increase a Square character's chances, Russell. It increased any character's
chances.
I know. Well, if they're from a video game, they have a really good shot now.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, I was going to mention the ballot, but then again, the ballot's over, and Cloud was announced after the ballot was already over and done with,
that's something that some people are kind of confused about. People are assuming that Cloud was the winner of the ballot. I doubt that.
Well, yeah, I was one of those people.
Yeah, based on, that's what my... that was my, if you go back and watch my reaction, that was my initial thought at first too. But then Kenshi Immortal Wolf brought up some good points at the same time. He brought up how Cloud looked way too finished to have been done in a month's time.
Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't be.
He was planned. There was no way he was the.
Yeah, exactly. And though as a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if, because during the end of that trailer, they talked about how there's going to be like another Smash Direct in December. I wouldn't be surprised if they released Cloud then.
Well, it's a Smash broadcast regardless, but more than likely, and actually, you know what? I may as well say this now. Sakurai did confirm that Smash broadcast is the last bit of information from Smash Bros. We're ever getting.
Really?
That's the last Smash update we're getting, and not just a Smash thing in general. Like that's the last bit of Smash news we're ever getting from any direct ever.
Okay, so we're literally breaching the end.
So if it is going to be the last one, then yeah, you got to be getting Smash ballot stuff.
Yep.
Because at this point, that's really all that's left that we're waiting on.
Yep.
Yeah. So
now the question is, when exactly is this special broadcast going to be?
We'll probably figure out before the end.
What? Yes, I know it said December 2015, but I want to know exactly what day in December 2015 it is going to be on.
If they post this on Christmas Eve, I swear to God.
No, I know, even worse. December 31st, 11:59 p.m.
Happy New Year!
Here's your characters, damn it. Now never ask for anything again.
Leave me alone. Oh, God damn it.
Oh. Can I say one thing about this whole direct though?
Yeah.
I'm super mad that they did not announce a remake of Kirby's Air Ride for the Wii U.
What makes you think that's even going to happen?
Because they remade 2 GameCube games already.
Zelda GameCube games, good sir.
My point is
that Kirby's going to get anything.
But they remade 2.
But they were Zelda specifically. That's no that. Where would you think that Kirby Air Ride specific that by that same logic, I can say that any GameCube game could happen as a remake.
Well, yeah, but I know out of all of them.
What I was more disappointed about that we didn't get any announcement for Pokemon Z or something. That's what I was disappointed about.
So they talk. Well, I love how
Pokemon Z is probably going to be E3.
So I love how the Pokemon Twitter account they were saying they brought up the direct and they were saying don't miss this, like they were hyping up something big, and we just get more information on Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
They were really proud of Pokemon Picross.
They announced all this Pokemon stuff.
Chances are they were just ecstatic about the red, blue, and yellow being on.
Yeah, red, blue, and yellow Pokken tournament, Pokemon Picross, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. It was like some of these we already had information on.
But anyway, back to Cloud. So,
right.
Question. I pose a question not only to you boys but to the audience as well. Kirby.
No, I'm waiting for that too. Kirby's what?
What is he gonna do? I mean, we know he's gonna get Cloud's hair, but what move is he gonna get?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get Cross Slash.
I can't wait to see it. Kirby with
I want to see Kirby with Cloud's spiky hair.
Same.
That shit's gonna be funny.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get Cross Slash.
Oh, but you know what? We totally forgot to mention another big part of about the Cloud reveal, though. The Midgar stage.
Oh, right.
How cool is that stage?
I'm not gonna lie. That is a very nice looking stage.
Yes.
And you know what? That Midgar stage alone is proof that they were planning on Cloud for a while, even before the Smash Ballot was over. Because there is no way in hell that they made that entire stage plus all those summons and all those effects in a month.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way.
There is no way. Couldn't be done.
It takes me a day just to rig one character, and 7 hours just to texture it, and even longer than that just to model a character. There's no way, even with a whole team, there's no way they did that in a month. There's no way.
Yeah, they even said it takes a long time for a character to get developed, like a single character, mind you.
Yeah, exactly. Sakurai said in an interview, it takes around a year to properly work out a character, just a single character for Smash, playable one.
Right.
That hasn't been said though. That's actually kind of depressing now, because that probably means we're not going to get any of these palette characters until sometime late next year. No.
But anyway,
Shovel Knight, King K. Rool.
Anyway, the Midgar stage.
Yes. Like, let's talk about the summons and how they affect the stage itself. Like, oh my god.
I think is like a really cool stage hazard.
Yeah, I'm laughing though, because literally everybody is like, everyone's so pissed at this stage because it's not going to be tourney legal. Like, what the fuck? Come on, guys. It's a cool stage. Fuck you.
It's like, I've seen so many people that say how the stage is going to be banned so bad. It's actually kind of funny.
Fuck them. We'll play the stage anyway.
Well, no. I'm not saying it's bad that the stage. I'm not saying it's bad that the stage is banned.
What I'm saying is, fuck those competitive people. Like,
hey, don't forget, I'm part of the competitive scene too. I'm just not complaining about it.
Well, fuck you.
I'm not complaining about it, like I said.
Anyway, like in terms of how the stage is gonna play, like they hyped it up, like, because it looked like one of Cloud's taunts is him doing the magic spell cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then,
that's clearly a taunt.
They probably did that like just like I don't know how the summoning itself is gonna work, but I don't know, like it may work similarly to like how Spear Pillar worked in Brawl with like Dialga, Palkia, and Cresselia.
Yeah, because I doubt they're gonna have all those summons show up periodically throughout the stage.
They may just show up. They may just show up on random.
Right. Like, it might just be like one summon per time you play the stage.
It looked fucking deadly though, like hell.
Oh wait, actually no. Didn't they say something about there's gonna be like summon gems flying around, and if you actually get one, you can actually...
that's kind of what I'm thinking this looks like, because if you recall because I'm rewatching the trailer right now. Right before Odin shows up, it looks like it's the red summon materia floating around, right. Because even after Odin does his slice and everything, it looks like there's like a red aura around Cloud. So that's probably just to show that, okay, he has that materia equipped. So it's probably going to be like, yeah, you're going to get materia flying around. It'll probably be like a random factor or something.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
I get you. Like,
yeah.
So kind of similarly to like how the Pac-Man stage on the 3DS worked.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking this is going and stuff. Like, now I don't know if this means like, is this going to be like Smash Balls or something where it's like you get a materia, can it be knocked out of somebody? Like,
or that's it.
Yeah, or it's like, can you not, like, if we're playing, for example, if Brandon got like, Bahamut materia, could I knock that out, take it from him, and use it?
If so, then it's like I can't imagine what that stage would be like if you were to have to do the not the Omega version of that stage, but just the regular version and have Smash Balls equipped. I can't imagine how crazy things would be.
Yeah, but it's like but yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean, it looks like, at least as far as the summons go, yeah, they're pretty much the stage hazards. It's like we see Odin can cut the stage in half. Leviathan just summons water.
Yeah, he floods the stage.
Yeah, Ramu is just summoning a giant storm. It looks like Ifrit kind of like through like fire and stuff is actually like, moving the stage, like tilting it diagonally. And then of course we got a Bahamut
that just completely nukes the entire place.
Right.
Or at least half the stage.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of, okay, which Bahamut is it though? Just because that's the one I'm kind of curious as to which one it is. I mean, it's like,
I think someone said it was Neo Bahamut.
No, it's not. It's not Neo Bahamut.
Bahamut Zero?
That's kind of where I'm thinking. At first, I thought it might have been the regular Bahamut, but I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, regular Bahamut didn't look like that, did he?
Yeah, no. Regular Bahamut was just a regular dragon. Bahamut Zero was the one that had 6 wings, it had a pointed nose, and it shot a blue beam from fucking space.
Yeah, so that's got to be Bahamut Zero.
So, yeah, I think that's what this is. This is the ultimate Bahamut.
Oh, jeez.
So, I mean, this stage is going to be fucking nuts.
and I'm excited.
It's like, there's just so much going on with it that it's like, god damn.
They're like, oh man, first that one stage based on that WarioWare minigame with Mother and all of that, and now this.
Here's
and I guess now it's a matter of, okay,
Here's the question now, though. Are those the only summons that we're going to see, or will there be others?
Well, those are the most traditional summons. Though I am surprised we didn't see Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva was the one that I would say is probably like the only one that was kind of missing. It's like I imagine they're not going to throw every single summon on there.
What about the Chocobo summon?
Nobody uses the Chocobo summon.
We have a Chocobo costume though.
Nobody used Chocomog, but it was like but yeah, I mean it's like they pretty much got like I guess like the mainstays with the exception of Shiva. Shiva's the only one that seems to be missing, and Shiva's been around since practically the beginning.
Yeah, Shiva, Titan.
I don't expect them to bring in every single one. Like, don't expect Knights of the Round showing up anytime soon. But, But I mean, it's like, regardless,
that would have made for a good substitute Final Smash. Why did I say Final Flash?
I don't know. But regardless, I mean, it's like, they got a lot of the mainstays. I do kind of wish Shiva would be in it, but, oh well.
I mean, who knows? They'll probably reveal more.
Knights of the Round was like that 5-minute long summon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just imagine that showing up. Like, it's literally sword slashes coming from fucking everywhere. It's like, you're fighting the stage more than you are each other right there.
Okay, so now I guess maybe like, the only other thing I can think of that we can talk about at this point is, Mii Fighter costumes. I'm just gonna call it. So, for Brawler, you're gonna get a Tifa costume. For Gunner, I'd like to say maybe a Barrett or a Vincent costume.
Barrett. Definitely Barrett.
And then as far as your swordsman goes, it's either expect a Zack costume or a Sephiroth costume.
Oh, please give us Sephiroth.
Yeah. Considering they kind of something relatively close to those lines with Rio and Hiachi, because fucking
Street Fighter Cross Tekken
and Tex, that sort of thing. Yeah, I would mostly lean more towards them doing like a Mii Fighter costume for based on Sephiroth. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't object to Zack.
I wouldn't object to Zack being a costume, although canonically that would be kind of impossible.
I feel like for Zack, they would just give you like his outfit, and then they would give you 2 hairstyles: the Zack hairstyle and the Cloud hairstyle for anyone who, for whatever reason, wants to dress their Mii up as Cloud.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just give them the same outfit.
Yeah, that might just be. Yeah, that's probably going to be like an alternate color or something.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's really all Zack is. I mean, Zack wears it's the exact same outfit and everything. They both wear the first-class soldier uniform.
Speaking of which, Advent Children Cloud.
Yeah.
Advent Children Cloud.
Because honestly...
fucking course, they have to include it.
The odd thing when it comes to third-party characters, it seems like for the third-party character, they're so limited on what the costumes they can have. Because, like, Sonic is always, like, this weird shade of blue. Pac-Man, what the fuck were even those costumes? They were just, like the changing the shoes and the cuffs of the hands. That's it.
And the textures, yeah.
Mega Man made more sense. And then Ryu was literally just, like, actual alternate costumes from his own games.
Right.
So I feel like, if anything, with Cloud, when it comes to his alts... For one thing, they're going to keep the blonde hair. I doubt very highly they're going to change his hair at all.
Well, no, I can imagine them giving Cloud, like, Zack's hair color or Sephiroth's hair color, or maybe even Tifa or Sid.
I doubt it. Because, like, even with Shulk, who's technically just second party, they changed his clothing, but that was it. They didn't even change his hair.
Well, as far as clothing goes, if we're going to be talking about clothing and everything, not for nothing, Cloud has options.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like
they didn't give us a female Cloud.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have cross-dressing Cloud. You've got the regular soldier uniform. You've got...
Danny, you know what? Actually, Danny, I was laughing so hard because one of the first things that Lindsay told me when I brought up Cloud to her was like, he better be in drag. And I was just like, that was the exact same thing Danny said.
Yeah, because that shit's fucking hysterical. But it's like, you know, you've got that, you've got the various soldier uniforms. So it's like, you've got that, you've got the regular soldier grunt. So, I mean, it's like, there's options as far as clothing goes for Cloud. So it's like, as far as alternate costumes go, I would like, anyway, to see a nice variety, or at least a hinting of it.
We'll see.
Oh, well. In which case, anything else? I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, there's not really all that much else to talk about. I mean, it's like, we're just going by what's been shown in the trailers so far, and the rest is just speculation.
Yep.
I better see an actual date for that special Smash Brothers broadcast, otherwise I'll riot.
I feel like Sora is right around the corner because of this.
I'm still seeing either Shantae or Shovel Knight.
I mean, I won't object. I won't object to those.
Kazooie.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I won't object to Shantae or Shovel Knight either, but. I'm just saying, because of this, like, Sora's chances are are equally as good.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think that about does it, folks. Thank you all for joining, for listening, for whoever stuck this long.
I mean, we had.
Well, you know what? Calling it now, more than likely, most people just skipped straight to us talking about Cloud.
Maybe.
Oh well.
But it's okay.
Alright, we have been the SpiffyNeedleGeeks. I'm Brawlfan1.
I'm Supersonic 407.
RoushutsuRises.
And I'm PlatinumRhythm.
And we will see you all next time for whatever else it is we feel like doing. Or you know what? Stay tuned for when we talk about the Smash broadcast, because we're no doubt going to talk about that.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You can also wait for a reaction video to that as well if we're able to get it. So.
Yeah, depending on how this broadcast goes. Yeah, either or.
Alrighty, we'll see you all later.
All right.
See you guys next time.